Oh, what's going on, everybody? Y'all, I enjoy this new equipment so much. I have no idea what to do with myself. So, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I set it back, give myself an extra 5 minutes, but I wanted to do the Umar clips, the interview he did with Daniel Sadoh, and kick this off with a little humor because we all need to laugh. But I wanted to do this first. Um, and then do Candace later on because it's my understanding that Lenny will be going live. And so I said, why not? Just switch it around. But for those who can tune in to the Candace live, please do. If not, catch the replay. But the Candace Owens content is definitely picking up. So I appreciate all of you all for the support. And thank you guys for tuning in with me. I am so excited to see the new animated story from BlackLite TV. I hope you guys are excited. I know this interview with Daniel Sadoh is going to be another softball interview. I already know. So let's get some comments in. What's going on, Shay? Same. How you doing? Happy Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, you all. It's dark outside in my area. Looks like it's going to storm. Shout out to my fantastic mods up in here. Black Anonymous. Hey, Lady L Club, I'll be in the clouds on this one and then in the replay game. Sounds good. Just hit the like button and make sure you guys are sharing the content out. Repost it. Put it up on your Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. Share this good content with others and let them know we here in the Lady Luck Club. The Lucksters are growing. And I appreciate all of you all for the support you guys give here. What's going on, Rivka? How you doing? Shout out to everyone. Moss members, supporters, viewers, the trolls, because we get them. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm not going to be too long with this one. I think I have 2 or 3 videos lined up. So we want to get to the meat and potatoes of it all and get to that Daniel Sadoh interview. But we got to start off with some fun. We got to do it. And I wanted to make sure you guys hit that like button and drop a heart in the chat when you do. Hit the like button. Frankly, my dear, how you doing, honey? See, you know how to act. What's going on? Hey, Skater said, loving your background, LLC. Thank you to the Luxsters for the support. We have upgrades in the $500 studio now. If you guys are wondering why I say that, as a content creator named CoffeeZilla, he calls his studio the $10 million studio. But now it's a $100 million studio. It's one of those. But it's kind of a trope on that. But same goal. He was kind of like, wanting to upgrade when he first started out. He's been on YouTube for a while, for years. And, it started out with the 10,000, then the 1 million, then 10 million. Now I think it's like 100 million. But he is a fantastic content creator. And I just thought it was, funny to say $500 studio. But it does show how blessed, the Lady Luck Club is growing and you guys are supporting this growth, and it just warms my heart. You guys can be watching anyone else, but you choose to hang out with me, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Loving people watching. Hit the like button as you come in and drop a red heart in the chat when you do. Frankly, you better hit my like button and give me a red heart. Show mama you love me. Show mommy you love me. Drop a red heart, frankly, my dear. Come on, you can do it. I appreciate it. What's going on, Ralph Mars? What's up, everybody? Hello, everyone. Everybody speak to everybody. Thank you all so much for the red hearts. Come on, frankly, my dear. You know you want to do it. Sharon, what's going on? How you doing? Good evening. Hope you guys are having a good day, or you've had a good day if you're getting off work. Make sure you're listening in the car. These videos do go to my podcast as well, so you guys can always listen in and enjoy the fun and laugh along with us because, Umar's a clown. So let's get to it. I want to start off with the BlackLite TV video because I just love, I love the comedy. I really do. So, we're gonna start off. He does great animated like story time type content. You guys make sure you go over there and show him some love and check him out. He has a little over 5,000 supporters, but let's get this video up in the views because it is the first one was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I enjoyed it. It was like a haunted house, and he was talking about the Shango stick. I was like, see, you don't know how to act, man. Then like two mothers went into the school and they never came out. Why didn't they ever come out, BlackLite TV? They never came out the building. So they're just trapped in school. Is that what you're telling me? Two moms went into school, they never came out. They just trapped there. Are they still there? It's gonna be a part 2 to that. I have questions. Man. So I'm gonna drop the link to the video. But BlackLite TV, you guys make sure you check out his channel. He has great content there. I appreciate all of you all. We're gonna have some fun. I'm ready to laugh. What's going on, Nidra? How you doing? Okay, Sadoh. I'm not sorry. Look. Omar Jackson. I haven't seen this yet, y'all. I haven't seen it yet. I have been resisting the urge to watch this video. So I'm tired of resisting. We're gonna watch it. All right. So you guys put a 1 in the chat after you've dropped that heart for hitting the like button. If you're ready, if you can see in here, let's get to it.
Number two. Oh, he finally did it. 15 years, 36 fundraisers, and at least 4 block lists later, he finally got doors. Well, plywood pretending to be doors, but let's see what's going on. Oh, my beautiful black brothers and sisters, my mocha goddesses, my caramel frappe goddesses, my Marvel Africans, Comedic Africans, my no limit Africans. Behold, welcome to the first Pan-African charter school built entirely on faith, fumes, and Facebook donations.
Woo! Wait, y'all got air conditioning in there?
Air conditioning is for colonizers. We cool ourselves with discipline and shea butter, brother. Come on in. Let's take a look. Now, make sure y'all put a donation before y'all come in the door. But come and look.
Ooh, you can't make
Nobody
this up.
smell that? That's ancestry, discipline, or is that fun? Oh, God. We going in here for real.
Brother, you sound like a straight up hater. What, you a Nubian YouTubian? What, did Lennon Anna send you? You going to Sarah suit and said he could get matter of fact, what a goony goongo. Matter of fact, we ain't got time for this. This is a celebration. Get him out of here. We ain't worried about you right now, family.
Oh, man.
Smell that?
Now over here is where the next generation of Pan-African engineers will imagine air conditioning.
This the classroom?
Indeed, sister. Energy flows better in smaller spaces. It keeps the melanin circulating efficiently.
Oh my God.
Man, it look like where you keep the mop and bad decisions at, man.
And this is the science lab, family.
And where that where your equipment at, honey?
The ancestors are the equipment, sister.
So
Bruh,
amazing.
somebody gonna catch a degree in heat stroke in this motherfucker before they catch a degree in science.
So this what, the nurse's office or something like that?
No, sister, this is the healing station. You moisturize the mind by moisturizing the melanin. See, if you were with the FDMG, you would know this.
That girl shining like rotisserie chicken in there.
This right here is the spiritual
What?
cleanse station. We wash away colonizer energy with frankincense and
African
forgiveness.
Oh, what they drinking over there? That ain't no water fountain in. They said they was installing the hydration system in here, bruh. That look like a Fiji bottle with a goddamn hose on it.
We don't drink colonizer tap water here, brother. This is African aquatics.
Well, that boy just washed his hands and smoked, Bro, about to catch a 3rd-degree blessing over there, man.
Man, you out your African ass. My kid going here. I used to like this nigga. Let's go to the gym, family. Let's go. Come on, let me talk to you real quick. Big yeah. Where the honey's at? Big pop.
What? Yo, you can't make this up. Supposed to be doing a robot.
Oh my people. Today we rise. Today we rise. Today we rise.
Man, this shit's stupid.
This institution is built by black hands for black minds. Unplug the colonizer current. We run off sun and the spirit. spirit.
Oh God. Yeah, I kind of figured
Yeah,
that.
y'all definitely off the grid and off the damn budget up in here. I'm leaving. Yeah, get out of here. Brothers and sisters, calm down. We'll find our way to the light because we are the light. Shut your dumb ass. I'm sick of this nigga.
That's something that Umar probably was saying. The no lights in there, and he probably would turn around and get mad at everybody else saying, "Y'all should have given me more donations to pay the light bill." See what happens when y'all don't give me all your money? Now I can't pay the light bill. Give me all your money. I think Umar would actually hold these people hostage until they gave them their wallets and all their money and everything. Because anyway, it can't even get out. He's like, "Sir."
Good evening, my double mocha chocolate sun-kissed diamond caramel delicious brownie dip fuzz dripping nougat filled queen. How you doing today, baby?
Well, I'm good, Dr. Umar. I love your work and everything. You doing it out here for real.
Ashe, sister, ashe.
Ashe.
You single?
Well, for now, until I find my king.
Well, you may have found him, sister. You may not even know it yet. Do you embrace the king and queen lifestyle, allowing your king to have many concubines?
Nah, what's mine is mine. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's your problem now, sister. You're lost.
Oh.
but that's just one point off for you. You fine. You smart. Stand up. Turn around and look at the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey's picture for me, and tell me what you see.
Okay, I just,
Ancestors, Lord have mercy. Good googly moogly consciousness over cookies, oh my God. You are hired, sister.
Really, for real? See, you ain't even asked for my credentials or nothing like that.
Sister, you don't need none of that. It's my shit. I mean, you know, I don't have no credentials. I mean, we don't worry about what the white man paperwork got to do, sister.
So, Dr. Umar, what's the starting salary for this position?
Sister, the starting salary is spiritual fulfillment.
Wait a second, ain't no pay for this?
No, you will be compensated in ancestral credits. That's worth way more than fiat currency, sister.
So you trying to pay me in vibes and reparation points or some shit like that?
Sister, you...
Yeah, right. Well, I think I'm gonna teach somewhere that has a little bit, more, let's just say electricity.
They laughed at Garvey too, but look at me now. We open, sister. We open.
Wide open for a building inspector to shut this shit down.
Get your ass out here. Hit the cash app. Hit the PayPal. 219-9899.
Okay, class. If that...
Did y'all see the toilet? What the heck? That glove just sitting up on that toilet bowl scrubber. Like it's a high. I don't even. Was Umar even wearing gloves when he was cleaning that toilet out? I don't even remember him wearing gloves. Yeah, he was wearing gloves, right? He just wore them the whole time. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is some crazy stuff. Let me get some comments in, y'all. I've been laughing this whole time. This is funny. What's going on, Saints and my fantastic mod? Thank you so much for tuning in. He's hilarious. BlackLite TV is absolutely funny. If I can get a mod to drop his actual YouTube channel link in the chat, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. I need his YouTube channel link in the chat. I would appreciate that. I just want you guys to make sure you go show him some love. And we'll wait no more content from him because this is too good. Larry says he's hilarious. My stomach hurts. It's totally pleasure. What's going on? I want to make sure I get you all in. Shango of the day. What? Yes. Yeah. Say came up with that theme to do Shango of the day. Yeah, this is Shango of the day right here. Yeah. Tomas says Umar is only interested in snow bunnies. Because he definitely doesn't like black women. I mean, the way he treats black women, he hates black women. He just hates black women. Ancestral credits. I know. Master Khalik, what's going on? Oh man, her face was epic. Nisha said, "This is so Umar." Yes, it is. Y'all see where we at right now? The toilet thing. In the charm side. Y'all saw her take a picture and he'll walk away. Oh my God. All right, let's get back to it. Well done, BlackLite.
9899.
Uh-oh.
Okay, class.
This is about to get
If
good.
Dr. Umar started a GoFundMe in 2014 and opened the school in 2025, how many years did it take?
Infinity.
Incorrect, young prince. The answer, my young kings, is divine timing. We do not move by clocks, we move by consciousness.
Where them drums coming from?
That's the Prince of Pan African's band. They go with me everywhere.
I just
What
wanted to
the-
learn fractions, gang.
And fractions you shall learn. If a brother donates half of his paycheck and the other brother donates his whole spirit, what do you call that?
A tax write-off?
No, we call that Pan-African sacrifice. The ancestors are the IRS of righteousness.
Oh,
I
Dr.
was
Umar,
thinking,
should I continue the lesson or?
No, sister. The ancestors are speaking through me now. Plus, I see a weave of oppression trying to suffocate your scalp.
Not the
Oh.
stocking cap.
Now
My
that is
God.
liberation. That is growth. Now, class, what did we just witness?
Umar would do something like that. He probably walk into a classroom and tell the teacher, you know what? I think you got a wig on your head. You might want to take that off. I'm sorry. Can you tell me what's 25 minus 14? I only do it, Umar, if you solve the math equation up here. The answer is 11 people, by the way, because this is the whole problem up there. Yeah, 11 years he's been raising money for this non-existent school. You can't make this up.
Shrinkage.
And that, my students, is Pan-African mathematics.
That's
Class
so
dismissed,
bad.
but your third eye remains in session.
Can we at least
Yeah,
get some
yeah.
homework or something?
Oh, yes, you sure can. Just manifest me another donation and we can do that for you. Man, my mama need to come pick me up. Real. This is...
There you go. Interview.
Oh,
Thank
praises
you,
to
thank
the ancestors. My sister, you walking in here looking like a cinnamon raisin soul Swiss roll scroll with a hint of divine butterscotch liberation.
Thank you. Peace, Mr. Umar. Thanks for having me. The gym's smelling like vibes in here today.
Oh, thank you, sister. That's frankincense. Purifies ignorance in the air. Welcome to the spiritual epicenter of the Prince of Pan-Africanism's Enlightenment Center.
Oh, dear God.
That's powerful. So let's talk about the school. What makes FDMG different?
See, this ain't no regular school. This is a sacred ground, a fortress of black consciousness. We don't just teach math, we teach melanin.
Oh, that sounds all accredited and stuff. How is that being funded?
We are funded 100% by the black community. No grants, no government.
Y'all saw he snuck in that word accredited. That sounds all accredited and stuff. Yeah, because he would never get accreditation. BlackLite, give it up.
No colonizer currency tainting this temple, sister.
So you won't take money from white people and stuff like that?
Absolutely not. I will not be compromised by the mayonnaise mafia. I will not be compromised by the
held it down.
mayonnaise mafia.
Okay,
man.
cool. Okay, so you only take money from black folk.
Yes, ma'am. From the community, for the community.
Like,
You can't
they
make this
get
up.
their paycheck from the white man, then give some to you. So if you won't work for the white man but accept money from the people who do, isn't that kind of the same thing, just like washed in cocoa butter?
But you must be one of them Nubian YouTubians. That's a good question.
BlackLite TV.
That's a full video. He's standing there sweating like bullets. Yeah, it sounds about right. It will be Umar. Yeah, I wanted to get to this video next is a clip of it's not a long clip. It's like 3 some odd minutes long. I have the URL for the video in the description of this live stream video here, but this is Corey Holcomb. Now, he's infamous for going in on Umar, but I just want to show this little 3-minute clip because I have not seen this. I don't know if this is fairly new or if it's like a clip that just got reposted. I haven't seen it, but I just thought it would be, neat to kind of transition into the interview with Daniel Sadoh because it's going to give some contrast. You can see like when someone is like, okay, we tired of your nonsense, like with BlackLite. He did it in an animation version, but a funny way of saying, dude, we're not putting up with your BS. Okay, you're not fooling everybody, right? And then of course you get Corey Holcomb come in, and I've seen other videos where he's obliterated him. I just haven't seen this one. And then of course you're gonna turn around and see Daniel Sadoh give him this, softball, I want to kiss your ass type of thing, like we just saw with the Danza Project here. So these contrasts are just imperative for people to understand. Not everybody's out here trying to give Umar the opportunity to keep lying to their face. And until he becomes accountable with the money, people are just going to keep holding his, his feet to the fire. We're going to keep our foot on his neck because that's what should be happening. He should be held accountable, period. So we're going to check this out, and then we're going to get into the interview. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please hit the like button and drop a red heart in the chat. When you do, shout out to BlackLite. Make sure you guys check out his great content. I love his animated story times. I don't know because I don't celebrate Halloween like that, but I do look forward to like something, Halloween themed from him with Umar. That would be absolutely hilarious. I'm sure he could do a whole hour on a scary house version of that. It's just people being stuck in the dark. Then Umar comes out looking like Candyman, because reasons. So that would be awesome. But I, look forward to more content coming out of BlackLite TV. Shout out to him. Kenneth Cunningham, what's going on? The broken blunts when he opened the door, watched the smoke. Yeah, because he keep talking about he don't smoke, but he do. Umar, stop lying. Shay, what in the world? Hey, LLC boss and chat, what's going on, Shay? Thomas, the cocoa butter, y'all. Did y'all see people sitting here just rubbing down cocoa butter? Oh my God. In a hot building. Brother Ted, Umar will never open a school, but after all, he does have a sacred rock. Yeah, y'all saw that rock. It's probably got mold on it as well. Shout out to you, Dr. Stevie. Thank you for tuning in. The Informant Media. Sounds good. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys make sure 45 people watching, you hit the like button. Thank you all so much. I know many of you are still getting off of work and everything. So I appreciate you all listening and tuning in. Say said, I think this new Corey Holcomb video is from a recent show. Okay, cool. So this is just a small clip of it. But yes, I just think we just need to check this out so we can have a little contrast before we go full blown into this, wuss mode. What we're about to witness with Daniel. Because it was a wuss interview. Let's just be honest. We're here to laugh at it. All right. So what's up, Lord? Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you all so much. Black Anonymous, Saint, Laura. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All of the member supporters, I appreciate all of you. Shout out to Skeeter. If you're out there, we're still praying for you and your family. Hope all is well. Y'all, listen, we cannot forget about the family, the supporters that have been here with me from day one. Can't forget about them. And as always, you guys can send me an email, LadyLuckClubLLC@yahoo.com. Anytime you want to reach out to me, it's something encouraging, suggestions, questions, you can email me. And I do check my email. It might not be every day, but I do get to it at least 4 or 5 days out of the week and take time to respond. So I appreciate all the feedback, all the suggestions you guys have sent. Yesterday, we checked out earlier this morning because it was like from Truth Using Logic. That's the Danza Project 1 year ago where he was just being a complete hypocrite. Make sure you guys check out that live from last night. It's an eye-opener. It's like night and day. It's like looking at two different Danza projects. And at least last year he was honest. And this year he was just a coward. So let's get to it, you all. Make sure you guys put a 1 in the chat as soon as you can see and hear. Let's go.
I heard he just did something with the school.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucker. No Dr. Umar, man. Get the fuck out of here with that cap ass shit. See, I know Dr. Umar. Everybody just talk about that internet money. Dr. Umar used to go to churches. See, I know somebody he came to their church and took a lot of donation money when he was talking about the schools. Dr. Umar been robbing motherfuckers for years. I can't respect the nigga. He a fuck nigga as far as I'm concerned. It ain't just internet money. He takes money from people.
Yep.
Scammer.
Yep.
And I dare him to say that I'm lying about what I'm saying. You came to Chicago, I will name the church, boy. Where you took donations from them elders because they thought you were somebody respectable.
Wow.
And I can imagine how many churches.
Umar, I hope you know that if you're ever charged with fraud, and I pray that happens soon, that defrauding the elderly is a separate charge, a felony on its own by itself. So if it was a minimum of $50,000, and I think the law states they have to be over either 62 or 65, that is defrauding the elderly. That charge will get you more time in prison. Yes, it will. You could face up to 30 years in prison for defrauding the elderly, as opposed to a typical fraud charge where you might be facing 10 to 20, depending on how long you've been doing it, how many counts you have, how much money you've stolen, the damage that's been done. But you defraud the elderly, that takes you into a whole another sentencing guide portion of that structure. You can minimum see 15 to 20 because there's already a minimum dollar amount, and they don't play that. It's because it's too easy to try to defraud. What if these people have, some level of dementia, not able to make decisions for themselves? You all see how he treats his own mother. And then I get dumbass comments and videos talking about mind your business. No, kiss my ass. I'm not going to sit here and say it's okay for Umar to have his mother trapped in a house where she's got family, she's got her other children, her grandchildren, she's got siblings, she's got nieces and nephews that want to see her, spend time with her. And Umar's controlling another human being. And he won't even let them see her. It would be different if they were able to see her and they just don't want her on camera or anything. No one's asking her to just be in all his live streams. We want proof of life because you won't let anyone see her. He won't let social workers do wellness checks or the police or the elderly association. So considering how he treats his mother, who's well over 65, it's not hard to believe that he would defraud the elderly in a church of all places. But yet talks about Pan-Africanism, black magic, and voodoo. What you doing in a church? I'm surprised his big ass didn't go melting into a rolled up Swiss roll. You somehow made it into a church and you didn't start smoking. No one starts saying, I'm melting. Like none of that happened while you up in a church. What kind of church is this? He wouldn't have made it for 2 minutes in mine. I'm telling you that right now. Because we plead the blood of Jesus and we keep going. Like we don't let demons in our church. You some of that is gonna manifest itself. You're not gonna be able to stand in a holy place and then think God is gonna let you and that demon inside you just stand there and dwell in his house. That's not how that works. Jesus will kick you out in the most epic of fashions. This is crazy. And to go there and to steal and rob from the elderly is disgusting. Disgusting, people. That's why I don't care about what the Umar Tardians think until they can give me a school website link and James Miller emails me those vendor documents. I don't care. They can kick rocks barefoot. Big rocks. This is so deplorable.
And imagine how many churches and victims you have taken money from. Everybody counting the internet money. It was people put money in the offering for this man who's building a school for young people. So I don't got no respect for Dr. Umar, man. Dr. Umar, come on, man. Just stop, dog. You scammed the whole community.
At least open a daycare where they got a basketball team. That's close to
what?
Somebody say name the church. The church that he went to. Oh, boy, y'all better quit playing with me. I'll say something, boy. I'll say something, boy. I don't want to put the church on where people be talking to the people at the church. Did he do this? But trust me, he went to a church with a lot of elders. And of course, if you're talking about building a school for black people, you know how people gonna help you. Our people gonna help you because that's how we really want what's best for our people. I'm talking about all us straight-minded folks. So
honestly, I would love the name of the church. I would love for him to, you know what? I think he doesn't want to name it because he doesn't want to subject them to harassment. Because, all the Umar Tardians and their little demons will go up there and try to make a mockery of it. I mean, he went to the church, though, and he bamboozled the elderly out of money. If nothing else, I would want to know the name of the church to, add that to an IRS complaint. Like, he came here, many of the members are over 65. I'm sure he collected at least, 50,000 total. And, there's got to be some case for elderly fraud, defrauding the elderly here, because these people probably live in check to check. They'll never get their money back. But yet this is what's so disgusting about this. And I want y'all to understand this. His unwillingness to get money from wealthy, rich donors and sponsors is all because he doesn't want to be held accountable. He doesn't want to maintain how he's spending the money. But he would rather risk a possible felony of defrauding the elderly and taking money from people who are probably living off of SSI or disability, or they're retired, or maybe they have veteran benefits they're receiving if they were in the military, or spousal benefits of some sort, living check to check, probably can't afford to keep up with their own bills, and he is willing to take their money. And people who have lived their life, for the most part, worked 25, 30 plus years, probably raised their own kids, maybe even grandchildren, all because he knows they're not going to ask him any questions. Because he's only thinking about himself and what he can get away with. He could get away with not giving them a tax statement because they're not going to demand it. But you can't get that if you go to some corporate sponsor with Coca-Cola or something, or Nike. They're going to say, Pimp, you remember when we gave you that money? Yeah, $2 million. We need to know exactly what you're doing with it. Every dime of it. We want monthly payroll sheets. We want expenses. We want a general ledger. You got to uphold your deal in this contract you signed. See, that level of accountability, that's how lazy and conniving and how manipulative Umar is, where he can't face that level of accountability. So he would rather take a bunch of money from elderly people. Disgusting. It's so disgusting. Hopefully Corey just files a complaint and does it, and he doesn't have to tell everybody who the church is, but get them some level of justice, because this is insane.
Because that's how we really want what's best for our people. I'm talking about all us straight-minded folks. So he been scamming motherfuckers for a long time, and that's why I can't. Man, I don't want to hear shit about that man and what the fuck he doing with any motherfucking thing.
Thank you.
You live long. You live this long because you are pure evil. You fuck people over.
Yep.
You fuck people over. That motherfucker. That's why I give Tariq Nasheed a lot of credit. Tariq Nasheed said, I gotta apologize to my people for even introducing y'all to this man.
Oh, see,
that's what he said.
And if you can, yes, Lene Stack, shout out to you. You guys say hello to Lene. She has been sharing her story, and she's always welcome here in the Lady Luck Club. Email me that information. I'll do a complaint myself for the church, because just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you have to be a punk. Jesus was not a punk. He had to prove a point in the temple when he knocked over some tables. Then he had to tell everybody, didn't I tell y'all this is a house of God, not a den of thieves? He had to prove a point. That doesn't mean that we have to just let things happen, especially when it violates the law. And will these people ever be able to get their money back? Probably not. That's how disgusting this situation is. But yet, Umar could be collecting money from the government or from sponsors and donors if he was serious about opening the school in the first place, which we all know he's not. I'm not giving him any level of credit to say he might do it. No, he will not be doing it. He will not be doing it. This is just going to be the grip that keeps on grifting until he gets caught up and the IRS comes for his ass. That's it. Yeah. So email me the name of that church. I would love to be able to file a complaint on their behalf.
She a lot of credit. Tariq Nasheed said, I gotta apologize to my people for even introducing y'all to this man.
Oh, see.
That's what he said. I introduced a lot of y'all to this man because he had him on that.
Yeah, on that Hidden Colors.
Hidden Colors.
Mm.
Wow, that's a fuck nigga, homie.
Yeah, but at the time he
yes, he is.
Who got played?
What was the fella's name he just
said? You said Tariq?
Yeah. I mean, didn't he get scammed by him basically for character?
The man that schooled a lot.
But I'm saying he
the man that scammed
all those people.
This man's list of scamming people is probably the biggest list of, when it comes to black people, I'm talking about a black man who scammed the most people in the States. He might hold the record.
And then to be mean and talk bad.
He might hold the record.
After the people call him out, and he dogs the hell out of them.
He dogs him.
Somebody say, we know you would tell someone business. Well, I'm trying not to tell nobody business. I'm trying to be a good dude. Give me credit for that, please. Since you're looking for something to say while you on my show, bitch nigga.
All those people.
Sit down in that motherfucking internet.
Look here. Don't worry about them, Corey. Keep calling them out. Here's the thing. All the Umar Tardians, they're all trying to protect him. And for what? When they can keep going at this rate and you show up too often, now you seem like you're trying to be a co-conspirator. And none of those punks would want to be named in an indictment or any charges or anything. Because what would Umar do for them to get them help? If you go to jail on his behalf, he's not bailing you out because he's not going to want to be connected to. So if you're investigated for aiding in this behavior and somehow facilitating this fraudulent activity and this fraudulent behavior, then what? He's not going to hire you an attorney. He can't even pay his own legal settlements with his own income. He has to use the donors' money. You think he's going to look out for you while you're sitting here copying for him in all of the in the chats and everybody's videos? And Umar's not that smart. He's not going to just sit here and create multiple accounts like that. I don't think he has that much time. Now, he might do one or two. I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I'm just saying he's not going to do it to this extent where it's multiple accounts out here that seem like they're just designed to try to combat things that people say about Umar, like he's God. I don't care about what he thinks or how he feels. He can kick rocks. But his day is coming. You cannot sit and continue to defraud people like this, especially the elderly in church, in the house of God, and think there's not going to be any recompense for that. No, you got it coming. But the Bible also states to obey the laws of the land. So when you break the laws here, there's some consequences you got to suffer. The end. And we're just going to make sure you do. Because, how dare we not be good standing citizens and report your ass to the IRS and the FBI, Umar? How dare we not?
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody say, we know you would tell someone business. Well, I'm trying not to tell nobody business. I'm trying to be a good dude. Give me credit for that, please. Since you're looking for something to say while you on my show, bitch nigga.
All those people got played.
Sit down in that motherfucking internet that you don't even pay for and keep typing shit, cake ass nigga.
Yeah.
Back to the motherfucking real shit. You dig what I'm saying?
There you go. So that was.
Hey y'all, happy Tuesday.
Hold on. I think this is I'm gonna make sure I'm not. We gotta get to Daniel Sadoh. Okay. This is one I was sent. This video here, I think I'm gonna play on tomorrow. It was some footage that Umar did while he was out on tour at a college campus. Y'all, he is so disgusting. What we saw in that BlackLite animated video, that's what he does for real. He takes pictures of these college girls. He even does it with the high school girls. Why are these schools allowing him to still go on their campus? I don't know. But we'll check out that video tomorrow when we do the 98.1 FM. There's the full interview on the Lounge channel. Shout out to the Lounge. Hope she's recovering well. She was involved in a horrible car accident. She did do a live from the hospital, so she's okay, but she said she was in a lot of pain and things of that nature, scuffed up. So, keep her in your prayers. So we're gonna do those 2 videos tomorrow, but we're gonna go ahead and get to the Daniel Sadoh interview now, and make sure you guys check out his channel. I don't like softball interviews. I just don't. Especially when I see another grown man sitting here, almost, why do you feel like you owe him this softball interview? You don't need to dip and dance around the topic. If he gets mad, he gets mad. Who cares? But that goes to show you what type of character he has. If he get mad and he's ready to storm out of an interview, and you claim to be a fan of his, then what are you really a fan of? Sometimes it's not good to always meet your heroes, I guess. That's what I'm coming at with. So let's get some more comments in before we get started with this interview. Who child's gonna be something else? Where the kitty, what's going on? Master Khalik said, I think the young brother that interviewed Umar had asked some good questions. Okay. We're gonna tune in. I saw a portion of it, but I didn't want to see the whole thing. But from what I saw, I was like, oh, here we go. Like, yeah, I wasn't impressed, but we're gonna watch the whole thing. So, which one, Master? I am sure many people were taken. Yeah, it just robbing the blind. It's just robbing everybody. What's going on? I'm glad he didn't come back for a boot camp. I would have really felt bad, child. The tragedies around when he came and left. Oh my God, he has darkness on him. Yeah, Umar. I think because he's such a leech, he just sucks the life out of everything. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes even with his mother, I mean, how do you go from being able to walk and talk and function to this type of deterioration where you're bed bound and wheelchair bound within a few years, and now you won't let her around her family? Is she still alive? Like, that's who wouldn't ask that question at this point with all that he's doing to try to keep her hidden from her own family? All of them can't be bad. They can't be. And they're practically begging to see her on, Lyndon Honor had the nephew on, begging to let him see his own grandmother. He still hasn't done anything, but he gets mad and puts up a post. My sister called wellness and came out for 3 times in 4 weeks. That's a bad thing. Umar, open the damn door, you idiot. Let the actual wellness check occur. He turned him away each time. So I had a comment left on my video saying they did a wellness check. That's a damn lie from the pit of hell. You're not gonna come back 3 times, and I can't get no confirmation at all. The police, the elderly association, they didn't see and lay eyes on her. He didn't even open the door. So where's the proof that they got a wellness check completed? We saw the video last week of where the social services came out, and he told the lady that the mother wasn't there. That full video is on the members only channel, because you can't make this stuff up. But I would love to see the police and the elderly association in a camera on the police body cam knock at the door, open the door, and they're able to lay eyes and see she's okay. He won't let that happen. So that's how bad the Umar Tardians are out here trying to lie against documentation and evidence and logic. I don't expect them to use logic, because that's just too much to ask for. But it just based on the documentation and evidence we have, they'll lie against it like it doesn't exist. I'm not here to go into your alternate reality. I'm not here to do that. He's got it coming. The end. Nothing they can say or do about that to stop it. So, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. 53 people watching. Make sure you all are hitting the like button. Thank you all for engaging in the chat as well. Saints said I paid to see that. Mike Tyson took him up after on his offer of 5 rounds. Wait, what? Mike Tyson willing to fight Umar? Because we all need to see that. Oh yeah, we would watch this live if he decided to fight Mike Tyson. Yeah, please let that happen. Where the kitty said if he's being paid to do interviews and speeches, are those payments being reported to the IRS? They should be. they will be considered employment as self-employed. But yes, he should be paying taxes on that. But when is the last time he's filed the personal tax return? He seems to file the tax returns related to the 501c3, but is he filing personal tax returns? We haven't seen any of those. So it seems like he's operating everything under FDMG LLC, and yet you see no expenses on the tax form 990 for FDMG. He doesn't even have a salary listed. And of course, even with things like the water bill, the vacant registration fees, those types of things, he hadn't paid it in years, going back to 2022. So you can't put those expenses down he wasn't paying, even though he still owed it. So I'm just curious to know what, the tax year 25 statements are going to look like. But I haven't seen any personal tax returns for Umar himself at all. Not a one. So it's safe to say he's not filing taxes. That's why I said the IRS is coming for his behind. He got it coming. All right, y'all, we're going to get started. We're going to get to this interview. Thank you all for tuning in. Brace yourselves. I'm going to try my best not to pause so much. It's only 21 minutes long. So put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear. Let's get to it.
People say Dr. Umar Johnson is a scam.
We've already been audited by the IRS. I don't know of no corporation in America that say, hey, come look at all of our paperwork, all of our financial transactions.
They say that your accounts were frozen. You created that story so that you can get more money
to get in the bedroom what you can't get in the real world. If you doubt me, you.
Yeah, we all doubt you.
The African diaspora and its spokespersons do not seem to shy away from the most important thing, and that is activism, and most importantly, polarization. Today, I interview the self-proclaimed Prince of Pan-African.
Stop, I ain't self-proclaimed. The people gave me that.
Polarizing.
Don't say polarizer, stop doing that.
Why
No negative descriptions for me.
Dr. Umar Johnson. Why don't you like self-proclaimed?
Because it's not self-proclaimed. My people call me the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Who called him that? Who started it? They need their ass whooped. Really? Who started it? Because I've heard some other narcissists say, they started calling me, the super mayor. But then there are videos where that same person said, I came up with the title super mayor. Anybody know who that is? Does that ring a bell? Saint, you know who that is. Laura knows who that is. Super mayor. Yeah, who came up with super mayor? He started calling himself that just like Tiffany Henyard. She started calling herself super mayor, and then she goes out and lie and say, my people were calling me super mayor. No one called you that. You have another video where you literally said you called yourself that. I mean, it's in a whole video. No one calls him Prince of Pan-Africanism. Who would think to say that? And then he spells Africanism with a K. So no one has called him that. He called himself that because he can't even spell it right. And Africa, being the continent that it is, not a country, would never ever allow him to be considered the prince of it. You can't make this stuff up. This stuff is so crazy. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in. What's going on, Bernard Green? How you doing? Is it Kieran? What kind of man? Exactly. I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing it. Yeah, he's lying like he always does. Ken said he called himself that dumb shit. No, he did. He started calling himself that. No one calls him that, especially with a K and not a C, because Africa, Umar, is spelled with a C, not a K. So we can't even trust you to tell the truth about a moniker. He wouldn't know what that is. Masterfully, I think he lies in his sleep. Yeah, he does. Probably goes to sleep thinking about all the lies he's going to tell the next day. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'm going to say that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Wait, does that make sense? This is a permit. Lady Luck Club going to pull it up. Yeah, no, let me not say that. He goes to bed at night rehearsing what he's going to say the next day. And Caleb, what's going on, Caleb? Or there's the Candace Intelligence Agency. Yeah, the candy asses or something else, y'all. They're a whole new breed. The Umar Tardians and the candy asses, they might as well just come together and meet and talk because they all just alike. I can't tell one from the other at this point. So you have no people. I have to turn in the answer to a question. The only way I'm willing to say that Umar is not a scammer is if he is indeed diagnosed with schizophrenia. He fits all the symptoms. Only explanation. Yeah, he has to be certified crazy and diagnosed with mental health disorders in order to not be a scammer. I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are people who have schizophrenia, to your point, that don't go out and scam people either. So I would hate for him to try to take something and weaponize it to say, oh, yeah, I didn't know I had multiple personality disorder. I'm bipolar. I have schizoaffective disorder. You know, I have PTSD. I had a TBI. That's why I scam people. Like, I don't want to give him that leverage. He's just a scammer. But if he were to be diagnosed with schizophrenia, you know, that the narcissism makes sense. It's that narcissism, the, you know, grandiose personality and the quick switch of his temperament going from one extreme to another. Yeah, that would explain it. The scamming part, he's just a scammer and a demon. So, all right, y'all, let's get back to it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button and put a red heart in the chat.
First person saying, I don't remember.
It was definitely him. He said he was the first one.
If I'm not, who is?
I'm a gigantic fan of you.
Supporter. Celebrities have fans.
I am a huge supporter of you. I have mentioned you in literally 95% of the videos on my YouTube channel.
You familiar with Dr. Umar Johnson? Feel about Dr. Umar Johnson? Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
Just because I am a supporter of you does not mean I'm going to go easy on you during this interview. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Born ready.
Do you hate white people?
Of course not. I don't hate anybody.
You call them
what the hell?
The white people have Neanderthal ancestry.
Well, they say we do too.
No, we don't.
According to science, they say that we all came from that common ancestor.
For non-African people, it has never been proven that we have evolved from a non-human species. Go ahead and fact check it.
You want me to fact check it? Some Neanderthal DNA has made its way into African populations.
Or probably by way of the slave master if you cohabitate.
Oh my God! You really think that white people are Neanderthals?
Why are you asking me something that is factually true?
We'll talk about school a little later, but I do want to ask a question.
Can white people attend the school?
If a white parent wants to apply, they can.
So let's say the white child is...
Yeah, because there are laws in place that says they can. It's called anti-discrimination laws. And it doesn't just operate for one race. Umar, you dum-dum who wants gum-gum. That's not how it works when it comes to whether you think. He said that all white people are Neanderthals. I just, you know, the things that come out of his mouth, he's such an idiot. But yet the things that he says that people say, oh, he can say all these names and give all these little historical facts. That's because he can read something online after Google search. And then just say it over and over again because he speaks in threes and then he commits it to memory. Doesn't mean he understands any of it. It's just kind of regurgitating what he's memorized because he says everything 3 times. So he feels the more he says it, he believes it himself, or the more he says it, it becomes more believable for everyone else to believe. I don't think he believes any of this shit he says now. But he wants you all to still believe it. That's like high level of narcissism up there. The pathological line where he's beyond whether or not he believes his own lies. As long as someone out there is still believing it, he's going to keep saying it. As long as clowns are giving him a platform, he's going to keep reiterating it. How are you a fan of someone that's an inveterate liar? I hope he's going to ask him about his mother.
Sitting in FDMG. Principal Dr. Umar walks in. He's like, hello, don't be walking around with them Neanderthals.
Well, his parents should have thought about that before they put him in school.
How do you feel about being associated with the Undertaker's theme music?
I was speaking for Garvey Day. Somebody took a clip and they put it to the Undertaker music, and I loved it. When you hear that music, the truth is coming. It's the death of all bullshit.
So you like being associated with the White Grim Reaper?
Yep.
How do you interact with white people?
Yep.
White people support Dr. Umar Johnson.
They can't genuinely support because that would undermine the white privilege. The same way I interact with anybody else. They come up to me in the airport, they inbox me, they invited me to interviews. I haven't done any.
Yeah, he was willing to do a love scene with a white woman. And they was going to talk about pushing her out of the bed, talking about consciousness over cookies or something. Yeah, he's such an idiot. He doesn't care about the women being black, white, brown, Hispanic, Latino, none of that. He just wants 5'5" thick in the thighs. He doesn't care what color the skin is. He just doesn't. That's such a false narrative. I mean, and it's like because he's so desperate and he's so uncontrolled and depraved when it comes to anything dealing with sex in any manner. He'll take whatever's thrown his way. So if he walks up to a white woman and they're willing to feed him a meal and give him a night, he'll take it. He's not going to say no. He just does all this nonsense for the cameras because he thinks his biggest support base is what? Black women who are single women with no confidence, self-esteem, that more than likely have at least one son, and thinks that he's trying to make some difference when he can't produce one tangible piece of evidence to prove what he's done. All the permits are expired. So, I mean, if you want to go on evidence here, produce some evidence that's still active to show that there's some progress going on with the school. Let's start with the school website. Let's start with that. Produce the school website address. I want the URL link.
White interviews though.
Would you?
Here's the reason I haven't yet is I know that this is purely entertainment because you're not going to do anything to help advance the black agenda.
Do you think systematically a white person can truly try to break down the system?
Systems are built by groups. So no one white person can transform a whole system.
Let's say there's a white boy that was raised in Atlanta and he made a lot of money, came back, and he really wants to educate his people, and those people are black.
I don't know if that's possible.
Usually on this channel, we do something called ink blots.
If he goes to Africa with that type of scam, Dr. CB, he's going to get his ass whooped down there for real. That's probably why after 6.5 years, he still has not gone to Africa to start this type of scam. They're going to whoop his ass. We're Americans. We're being too nice because seems like he hates America, so leave the country. Go to another country. Go move to Canada or Mexico. Or, just go to Africa. Just go straight to the continent of Africa and pick a country. And then start your schools over there. That's the thing. He needs to take all his followers with him since they want to sit here and pretend that he's doing something and defend him everywhere. Go with them. No one will stop you. We don't care. Go with them.
You know what ink blot is? You're a psychologist.
Ink block text, the Rorschach.
Yeah, because you're a psychologist, I didn't want to do that, so it's disrespectful to give you Rorschach test. So instead of ink blots, I have ink blacks. So I'm going to show you these people. I'm going to ask you if you think they're black.
I don't know him.
You don't know this man?
Who is he black?
I want to take you on a journey here.
I don't want to go on no logic journey. What does he call himself before you put me on the journey?
He calls himself the Africarian.
What the hell is that? That's African plus what?
You know what it is.
Oh, what is the Africarian?
Aryan.
What are his parents?
Can I read lyrics first?
No.
Please.
No. What are his parents? And then read the
Dad
lyrics.
is black. Mom is white.
I feel the Aryan in my blood scarier than a blood. But my beautiful black brothers and sisters want to act like I'm adopted. Go back in time to when my
daddy
impregnated my
mommy
and stopped it.
They say he tries too hard to let people know that he's black.
That is one of the challenges that mixed race Africans do have. I tell them you don't ask permission to be black.
I don't think he has that. And I think it's because his lyric associated to the Aryan race. That's a little weird.
The white mother is not as accepting as the white father is. White men tell their black children they're black. A white woman, you'll raise her child. Oh, you're mixed race. You're multiracial. She might have confused him a little bit. He'll probably have to come to my mixed race African recovery camp.
Logic, please come to the mixed race.
What does that mean? We don't have camps here or recovery camps. What the hell is that? Oh no, he'll be forced to sit here and scrub your shitty toilets. I'm sure that would be a part of it. So if you go to a recovery camp, Umar's gonna make you scrub shitty toilets. And he's going to make you repaint all the bathroom stalls while he talks about a shingle stick for hours. Because you just can't make this stuff up. A recovery camp? He needs to go to Africa for real. He needs to get the hell out of our country and go to Africa. I believe the young man's name is Logic. He's a rapper, right? So he's not going to leave America, especially not his junk. I believe the young man, what's his name? Logic. He's black, but I think he is mixed or something like that. He has a Hispanic wife. I'm gonna have to pull up that interview he did with Vlad TV. Vlad TV is white. So how did that go? How did the interview with the white man go? Even though he didn't have any problems taking the money that Vlad TV paid him to come on his show, because we all know Vlad TV had to pay him. So he had no quarrels with taking his money, but yet and still, white people all Neanderthals. I don't want white people here. He's gonna call any white kids in his school little Neanderthals. Just give them all that psychological and mental and emotional abuse. He's gonna have his school shut down within a week for just mistreating children. You're not gonna be able to call any white kids in your school Neanderthals and think that the parents will not come up there and beat your ass. He's an idiot. This is why he's not opening up a school. He has no decorum, no tact. He's not couth. So he's going to call some kid out their name, and then the parents are going to go up there and beat the crap out of him. And more than likely, he's going to get sued, and then that'll shut down the school. Let's not forget, he told Father Baba Yaga, Father Moses, in that interview, that he want to open the smaller school first, see how that goes, and then open the biggest school. He's already put this out there in an interview. So he can't go back and keep lying to say he's trying to open both schools when he's not. That's the thing. What's going on, Francisca? How you doing, honey? Hope all is well with you. He might like Russia. He'll like anywhere. Anywhere where anybody will let him grift and con. Russia will whoop his ass too, though. They ain't gonna let them over there. Yeah. Ain't Africa the motherland anyway? Yeah. I mean, you let him tell it. So he can go on back to it. I don't know why him and the Umar Tardians will have a hard time going back to Africa. Pick a country. Because Africa is a continent, not a country. What's going on, Francisca? How you doing? Y'all speak to Francisca. Is it Frederick Douglass mixed? Is he? I think he married a white woman. Was Frederick Douglass mixed? I can't believe people actually take his this fool seriously. Yeah, this kid just said he's his favorite, fan. Never meet your heroes, kid. Never meet your heroes. Charlamagne's wife is Asian. There you go. So I mean, he still sits here and let Charlamagne, kiss his butt and make excuses for him. He doesn't say anything about his wife. Does at any time has anyone heard Umar say anything about Charlamagne's wife being Asian? Because I don't recall coming across anything thus far. I'm not saying I've seen everything, but I haven't came across anything thus far to show that. Cave boys. Oh my God. Being okay with reparations and not grants is just dumb. Exactly, Lene. He doesn't want wealthy sponsors or donors. He doesn't want any grants or any government funding, but he wants reparations, which will come from the government. That same money will come from the government. This is the hypocrisy that is Umar. Ifatunde Idumbi Day. How do you think you're going to get reparations from the same government you don't want to hold you accountable if they gave you a grant for a school? It's the accountability. He'll take money as long as he doesn't think he has to show an account for it and show what he's doing with the money. That's the only reason why. Lene says she's black. Is she black? Or is she mixed? Is she mixed with black and Asian? Maybe she looks... She's Asian, but he never mentions it. I don't know. I've never seen Charlamagne's wife. That's how little, I pay attention to anything going on with the Breakfast Club or Charlamagne, because he's a joke to me. Yeah, Dave Chappelle's spouse is definitely Asian. Yep, and they've been married for over 20-some years. Yep. So, all right, y'all, let's get back to it. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button and drop a red heart in the chat. 64 people watching. We need 64 hearts, 64 likes. Let's go.
African recovery camp. What happens at that camp?
I'm going to make them comfortable in their skin because all Africans are accepted there. And I know some people are going to get banned from the campus and put in the book of Negroes for breaking his
So
rules.
what the heck is the book of Negroes? It's like the Death Note. You write it and boom, you can't leave. You
I don't
can't
care if
recover.
you're 10 years old, you ain't coming back.
How does a 10-year-old get the book of Negroes?
Cool the kid.
A 10-year-old can't recover?
I don't think so. He been drinking the Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Can you name 2 people right now that are celebrities or known that are in the book of Negroes?
I can't say that out loud.
That's his level of joke, Kool-Aid. Yeah, because he's an idiot. This is a word that was used as a slur during segregation, even going back to slavery. And he's using it so frivolously and trying to make a joke out of it. They called black people coons during segregation and slavery, Umar. You fucking idiot. Disgusting.
Is Shannon Sharp in that book?
Ooh.
Come on, big black guy with small white woman.
Shay.
He gave a snow bunny a OnlyFans retirement.
Here's my thing with Shannon.
He has no problem with him.
I'm going to leave it there.
He has no problem with what happened because he himself likes white women. Period. This is it. Umar doesn't care what race the women are. He's probably jealous that he can't pull a white girl in that looks like her, or the type of money that Shannon Sharp has. He's very jealous of it.
Shannon has been through enough. Let the man recover.
You're right, because I was ESPN.
Gabrielle Zuniga ain't got a curve on her body. That's her sister, but it looks Latino
You know who
African.
this is? This is Tyler.
Oh, from South Africa. She's colored.
So would you consider someone that identifies as colored as black?
She's born in Africa.
Nobody gets a pass for self-hatred. If I come to your house and you got a white Jesus hanging on the wall, you're going to get a pass because that white Jesus has been in your family since slavery. Burn that crack off the wall right now. I was at a sister house not too long ago, and she had a big white Jesus on the wall. I said, do you really think Dr. Umar going to sit at this table with this damn crack on the wall?
And you took it off.
No, I made her take it down. She probably put it back up after I left.
You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. How much more blasphemous is this going to get? I mean, doesn't matter. Jesus was Jewish, first of all. He was born in Bethlehem. So what are we talking about here? I mean, if you don't like, it's a photo. You don't like the photo. But to sit here and that's how you describe God, the Son of God in any capacity. And then still call black people coons.
Burn it! Because if you put it in the trash, a coon will
God.
get it out the trash, take it home, and hang it back up. Leonardo da Vinci painted The Last Supper in 1482. 540-something years, and you still got that cracker hanging on your wall? You need to be ripped. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Vin Diesel is black, isn't he? I know he's Latino. I don't know if he identifies as black.
How do you feel about that? When someone's like, I know black.
Be African is a privilege. If you don't want to accept it, I'm not upset with you.
Like, I know black.
I live in Philadelphia. We have a very large Latino community.
Yeah, I know black at Dominican, right?
Okay, first of all, y'all see these long pauses because he doesn't really know the answer. He's contradicting himself. They showed a picture of Tyler. Tiger? Is it Tiger? The girl was born in Africa, in the continent of Africa. Can't remember the country. And he says she's not African because she wears weave in her hair. You can't make this up. Wasn't this guy in Lennon's live stream yesterday, the guy interviewing him? I think Lennon did cover this interview, but I wanted to cover it. Yeah, got to get it in the beginning. What's going on, Truth Using Logic? Shout out to you. Yeah, make sure you check out the live stream we did last night. Truth Using Logic sent that video showing the hypocrisy of the Danza Project. I hope you got the chance to see that, Truth Using Logic. It was absolutely epic. In the beginning, Umar was against reparations, but when he received a lot of backlash, he changed his stance. Because that's all it takes. Because Umar's a punk and a coward, he doesn't have any foundation. He'll just kind of go and sway wherever the public, pushes him towards. If he sees it as taking a handout from the government, you wouldn't be against it either way, whether you're held accountable to show what you're doing with it or not. But no, of course he's going to change his stance on it, because how dare you not expect reparations for slavery? He's an idiot that doesn't want to take, government funding for a school that he claims he wants to open for the last 11 years. Like, this is the same moron we're talking about here. It's so crazy. And I see that should have told everyone that he doesn't understand economics, because he does. What's going on, Andre X Freeman? Shannon has money, which is why he can't but criticize him. Exactly. He criticizes Shannon Sharp because he wants to be on that financial status with Shannon Sharp. He wants to have the option to have women at his disposal like Shannon Sharp. That's all that is. He wants Shannon Sharp's life. He wants the benefits of it all. And he can't have it because he decided not to get a job. It's all your fault, Umar. Christianity is not about a person's color. It's all about the spirit. Exactly. That's why I said Jesus was Jewish. To sit here and to talk about a photo and all of this other stuff. Are you reading the Bible? Are you praying? Are you living the word of God? Is your heart in the right place? You have good intentions. Do you help people? Like that's what it's about. Are you obedient to the word of God? Like that, him yelling at a picture and all this other nonsense, calling a photo, a derogatory slur. He calls black people coons. He's so disgusting. He's disgusting. April's flower. I don't believe in going anywhere, but no one tells me what will be in my house. Okay, look, don't tell me about taking out no picture. None of that. Vin Diesel is Italian, right? He's black and Italian. Okay. His cousin is a famous rapper from the 80s, Kwame. Oh wow. Yeah, he doesn't know what Vin Diesel is. He's just as ignorant. All right, y'all, let's get to it.
It would come down to how she identifies.
In real life, she's an entrepreneur.
If she came in here right now and say, Dr.
I'm
Umar,
black.
I'm black, I identify as a black woman, I think as a black woman, I live my life as a black woman, then I would have to accept her as a sister.
Have to.
There would be no what if argument if we just outlawed bunny hopping.
Speaking of whipping, so I call this the whipping post. Because I remember you said,
we got to bring back the whipping post.
said that in an interview I did with you.
You interviewed with me before? Wait a minute, you wasn't the one at the Garvey Day at the table. Is that you?
It is.
Get out of here. Yeah. I didn't even know.
And you said you wanted to bring back the whipping post. So now I have a list of suspects and incidents. Okay. And you got to tell me how many lashes each person deserves. Suspect number 1. Kanye West saying slavery was a choice.
I'm going to give Kanye 250 lashes.
That sounds a bit low.
As a psychologist, you want to have sympathy on the insane, but he's never properly grieved the loss of his loved one.
Are you familiar with Tyrese Halliburton?
Yes. I saw him get out the car with all them bunnies, and he just married a bunny.
He just married a bunny?
Okay, let's talk about the fact that Kanye's mother was a teacher. She was a college professor, actually. Very smart. And he knows that slavery, the definition of the word itself implies that it is you working against your will. It's forced labor. Forced, meaning you don't want to do it, but you have no choice. Forced labor. That's slavery. So to say that slavery was a choice is just absolute despicable. He has no idea what they did to families for those who tried to run away. It wouldn't just be a punishment to the person trying to run away. They would hurt the kids if they had to teach the parents a lesson if the parents tried to run away. So it wasn't just a punishment for just that one slave. It was a punishment almost to everyone in the household. And it would then affect all slaves, because you got 2 slaves trying to run away. Guess what the slave master would do? Make everybody else work longer hours in the daytime And that will be a deterrence to keep people from running away, because the other slaves who aren't trying to run away will be like, yo, we got to work two more extra hours and have less food rations. So it wasn't a punishment that was just solely to the slave runner. It would affect everyone. And if Kanye did not know that, he should read a book. Having a mental disorder does not give you an excuse to say stupid things that you can easily Google and be educated on. So no, those things should be treated separately. Even if Umar is diagnosed with a mental disorder, there are a lot of people with the same mental disorders that don't go out and scam people and lie about opening up a school for 11 years. So I'm sick of this whole Kanye trying to get a pass on a mental disorder simply because he's just failing to read or do a quick Google search. Learn his history. It's almost, it's disgusting. We need to stop doing it. It's like we're pacifying people because they're wealthy. But yet, hard working people, I have 2 jobs, basically. I have my regular 9 to 5, and I'm taking my channel seriously. That's why I'm upgrading. I want great content. I put in research into the reporting. And I get more kickback for doing this than a rich person is for failing to know about history. They get the sympathy all day, but people who are working hard and actually learning, taking care of their families, one little false narrative thrown out there, and it's a whole crucifixion. Shout out to all of you all watching. I do thank you all for supporting me here in the Lady Luck Club, and we have a $25 goal for the live stream. So sometimes we meet it, sometimes we don't, but it does go back towards the expenses of the channel. So make sure you guys, at the very least, just hit the like button and subscribe. We're growing. We're almost at 30,000, you all. So help me get to that 30,000. I believe we can do it by the end of the week. We're so close to 30,000 supporters, and I'm looking forward to seeing the big 3-0 hit up there. So you guys, make sure you share the content and subscribe if you have not subscribed, and let's help support this channel and the growth and the information that comes out of here, you all. At least I will Google. All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
How many lashes for this picture alone?
Because he's mixed race, he don't get a pass for that.
He's getting trained
I'm
by
gonna give him
snow bunnies.
250 just like Kanye.
He needs more lashes.
Nah, he get the same as Kanye.
If I was getting trained by white women, how many lashes do I get?
You get more because you African.
Oh my God, that's
You full-blooded African. You know better.
How many lashes is an African getting trained on by white women?
It depends. Because if they over here as a refugee and they ended up with a white family and they feel like I got to do this to make sure, you know, I don't get sent back or whatever.
The next suspect of the whipping post is Jamie Foxx. He went out in front of people and said, "No more white women.
No more white girls."
And then you see him in a car with a bunch of them getting trained on by the white women.
Because he made a promise and then broke. I like Jamie. I like him. But because he made a promise to the queens and broke it, he get 500 lashes.
Shannon Sharp, you can't be nice because this man gave a white OnlyFans model millions of undisclosed dollars.
But
and no, doing race play, big black man with a small white woman. All that with skip. I'm with the white woman.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I done already got on Shannon on so many interviews. I gotta let the brother heal from the lashes he already got. You know what? Let me tell you why Shannon gonna get 500 too. Allegedly, TMZ wrote up on Uncle Shay Shay a couple years ago. Shannon Sharp, people are saying that you say you don't date black women. And he had a little mini rant where he said, well, what I'm supposed to do, marry a black woman and be miserable? I mean, he might have been angry, still unacceptable though. 500 lashes.
Why is it that when someone gets snow bunny, it's never like a
because
beautiful one?
The reason why black men end up with snow bunnies who tend to not be attractive, they're dating her for the color of her flesh.
Like they'll date some mid-milk, but then the black woman has to be a baddie.
It's clearly a double standard. Kim Kardashian is still marriage material. Let a black woman date 2, 3, 4 different people and she'll be called a hoe.
Lori Harvey. Look, I mean, actually, she kind of did smash somebody's son in.
Did Umar just, what did he just say? Didn't he sit here and degrade a woman in her private areas? This is why we still support Lene Stacks. You understand? The hypocrisy in this, man, is hitting a nerve. This kid did not do any research on Umar at all, and yet he's been a fan of his for how long? So he doesn't see any of the videos where Umar is doxing women, black women, talking about a woman's area, smelling and all this stuff, talking about her body. He hasn't seen any of those videos at all. Wanting his so-called Goonie Goons to pull up on black women, to include Lennon Honor's wife, because Lennon Honor's reporting on him and bringing forth facts and documentation and evidence. That man's whole family was doxxed. What about the anti-Afros Fingalas? They believed to be a female. They were going to, you let a content creator tell it. He was willing to sexually assault her. And Umar would have not had any issues with that. And these are black women we're talking about here. And this clown did not even read or see those videos. He's not challenging him on anything that has been said and done that the average reasonable person would call atrocious, would see as disgusting and deplorable. And Daniel Sadoh didn't watch any of those videos. And this is his biggest fan. This is what I mean by the softball punk shit right here. It's such a disgrace. He has dogged out black women. He is still holding his mother hostage in a house where people are wondering if she's alive. And he's sitting here like, well, if a black woman does the same thing, she's called a hoe. You've done that. Umar has himself called black women hoes. He has called black women whores. What is he talking about with this hypocrisy? Unbelievable. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. What's going on, Manny? How you doing? Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, Umar turns black women to white men. I mean, because he's disgusting. And it's sad to think, like, he's not the only black man on earth. But boy, does he make it hard for someone who wanted to, especially when he's done dating someone, he goes out and degrades you on social media and doxes you, want people to pull up on you, want you to be physically harmed, put your life in danger. I mean, he's threatened Marianne Lorient, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. And he threatened her and her life. This is the same Umar Johnson this kid is interviewing here. And he didn't think to ask him, hey, have you ever threatened, these women here? Because I've seen some videos of you threatening and dogging out these black women. What's up with that? None of that. It's so crazy. He just explained that the interviewer is African. Yeah, but he's not talking about what he's doing to black women himself, like Umar is doing to black women. Umar is the biggest hypocrite on earth. This Dookie Juice Johnson we're talking about. I know. I just got to point that out because people tend to forget the hypocrisy of it all. It's so crazy. And it should not fly. And these interviewers are not even touching the surface of this stuff. Beefing with Umar has been the best thing. We're here for it. Until he frees his mother, we're going to continue to stay on his neck too. You don't get too many times to take a public stance against evil. Hey, that's what I'm saying. And keep reporting it. And we'll keep covering it. Free Barbara Shoemake. Thank you. Let her see her family. Umar's the hoe. Yep. For real. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let's get back to it. Oh my God. I can't believe that boy didn't even look up one video.
Dad, that's kind of crazy. Never mind.
He doesn't care.
Anthony Mackie got caught with a white woman in London. How many lashes just for that?
Damn, Anthony Mackie, I like you, bro. 500, because Captain Black America can be doing that shit.
One thing that I really don't like what you be doing, you defend Diddy. There's a reason some people spend 50 months in jail and other people get $5 million in settlements because they use Morgan & Morgan, the best personal injury law firm. Listen, the results, 100,000 clients, 50,000, baby. To start your claim. How is consciousness over coochie,
Politics over punani, institutions over intimacy, and black power before the happy hour.
For Diddy, it might be blackness over pussy. Because, you know.
I'm not defending their conduct. I'm only defending one thing, their right to a fair trial. Sean Combs has a right to a fair trial. Like,
he was found guilty on 2 counts of transferring or prostitution, some sort, solicitation. Sentenced to what, 2-3 good years in prison. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, it's not, but you know, the judge could have just given him the standard based on the sentencing guide and gave him 5 years. They gave him a little under 40 months or 42 months. He had a trial. But yet you're ignoring what he did in the hotel to Cassie. We all saw that video footage of the hotel with our own eyes. We're not going to diminish that. She was trying to leave him. He could have just let her go. But no, he's a demon. And he wanted to sit here and beat her up and drag her back. He had an opportunity to make a different choice, and he failed. Bottom line, he could have let her go.
every other white person accused of a crime gets.
I don't think that he should be automatically convicted. The point is more so about you speaking about it. I actually don't care what happens. Like if he goes
50
free,
months, thank you.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sad.
Clarify with you is in me speaking about it. I'm not speaking about it because it's Diddy. I'm speaking about it because it's any black man. If it were you, I'm speaking about it.
When something bad happens to a bad person, I'm not looking twice about it.
I understand what you're saying, and what I'm saying is you need to be careful with that. If you say because he did it, he should automatically be convicted of crimes that he may not have done, they'll do it to you and you might be innocent. It's irrelevant who the person is. He's black. And what they do to any of us, they will do to all of us.
I just think that's just a slippery slope argument. Like I think the reason I call it a slippery slope argument is because I think with Diddy or without Diddy, the system of white people are going to do that. That's going to happen. I think that's the reason.
Not if we fight, it don't have to be.
Diddy is not the catalyst for whether or not that changes. Once you become an abuser, rapist, you should be seen as just that. I don't think that we should allow deplorable individuals to be associated with our kind. I have to say about the people that say,
yes, thank you. One good thing he said. Can we? Oh, thank you. I'm going to give credit where it's due. Right here. Right here is where I'm going to give credit where it's due. Diddy is not the example of let's try to do something with a justice system because, it goes after black men harsher than white men. He's not the example to lay that foundation. You think you would go for black people who have been wrongfully incarcerated and given unbelievable time in prison over dumb charges and let those people be kind of the catalyst to say, we need prison reform. We need to have, equality when it comes to our justice system. Not someone like Diddy. That's all he's saying. Don't use P. Diddy as that catalyst. Go use a man who actually does not belong in prison. How many men have had their sentences commuted because they sat in prison for 20, 30 years and they did nothing wrong? And then turns out, this thing called DNA now clears all these people and come to find out they never did the crime. Those are the people you use to help bring about some sort of prison reform change. To make sure that the law is fair and equal, that people get fair trials and get the appropriate sentence with sufficient evidence proving beyond a reasonable doubt. Not P. Diddy. That's all he's saying. Why is it Umar can't understand that? Because he's an idiot.
Dr. Umar Johnson is the idea of a broken clock can be right twice a day.
I would just say if you look at my track record, I think I'm correct more often than twice a day. When you look at the body of work I've done as a school psychologist, what I've done on the university campus, what I've done in the prisons. People like to reduce me to social media as a means of
What have he done in prisons? Has he even been to prison? What has Umar Johnson done for prisons? other than go to one maybe and run his mouth? And then he said what he's done as a school psychologist. You got kicked out and fired for trying to diagnose a child. So that makes you an idiot. And let's not forget about the horrible dissertation that led to him getting the doctorate degree in the first place. That should be revocated because that dissertation was absolute garbage. We're talking about someone that is not qualified to render a diagnosis and to provide treatment, but he tried to do that because he thinks he's so much more important than he really is. Putting a child's life in danger.
Cutting the influence that I've had.
What has he
Have
done?
you ever watched those things where celebrities would be like, oh yeah, this is my Google autocomplete, or we're gonna do something called the coon conundrum. Who is more a coon? Ignorant but dates black woman versus activist but dates white woman?
Oh, the activist who dates white women. That's
Is
easy.
more a coon?
You damn right. A Negro is innocent in his ignorance. He don't know better because he never been educated. The coon knows better and chooses to sell out. You can't blame an ignorant person for being ignorant. Teach him!
What about a willfully ignorant person? Black man that dates black woman. Still the activist is worse?
Because he's an activist.
No.
You're an example, a role model, the vanguard, and you sniffing pale.
Look how the hypocrisy is up in here in this video. You're the role model, the vanguard. Why haven't you opened a school in 11 years? Why are you lying about the city of Wilmington not emailing you and reaching out to you to tell you owed on a water bill for 2 or 3 years in a row? Why do you believe that they should be doing documentations for you that you should be filing yourself? How about this? Why are you lying about how many schools you're actually trying to open? Who was the owner of that brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV that you said ran into the small gym and was set on fire? I'm still trying to figure that out. I haven't seen any police report or anything to even substantiate that. He said a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV drove into the smaller gym and was set on fire. Where's the police report? Where's the fire report? He said he got a call, but then the person that called him didn't call 911. Yeah, okay. He said he was putting down floors in the school. Umar, I don't see a permit on the city of Wilmington's website that's active for anyone to be doing anything in that school building.
Who's more cool? Black parents adopting white child or white parents adopting black child?
Black parents adopting white child because we have far more black children who need a home. We have no business adopting a non-black child as a black.
A black is a little weird to say, but okay. Is it more cool to listen to Jack Harlow or Bobby Caldwell?
I don't know either one.
You don't know who Bobby Caldwell is? Don't lie.
I do not. Okay, I know that song. That's a white guy. Okay, who's the other guy?
Jack Harlow, he's a rapper. Bobby Caldwell, he hit his face because he sounded black and people thought he was. Is it more cool to listen to him or Jack Harlow?
But they both white. I'm not going to knock a black person for listening to a white artist. I would knock a black person for preferring a white artist.
So I can listen to Tame Impala.
Listen, I got a couple white movies I watch when nobody around. I'll sneak and watch Armageddon. Shh. I'll sneak and watch Titanic. Shh. I'll sneak and watch Tombstone. Shh. But I'm not preferring them to Woman King. I'm not preferring them to Glory. I'm not preferring them to Birth of a Nation.
Having a white friend, is it just...
You don't have a white friend. Here's the question. Do you only have white friends? If you say, Doc, these are my 3 brothers, they my friends, and I got a white dude. If you tell me the white dude is the best friend in the army of black friends, you a...
What if we went to the same school? That's my childhood best friend. We've been through everything together. I don't have white friends. Let me not say that, because if she watches this, she's going to be mad I said that. I have one white friend.
You're a
because I have one white friend. I didn't say he was my best friend.
You're a
Who is more liking Suge Knight or liking Tony Hawk?
Who's Tony Hawk?
A white skateboarder. He's a good guy.
Suge Knight has done some deplorable things.
Exactly.
He's still a black man who's been through the struggle.
So you're saying it's more cool to like Tony Hawk?
Suge Knight is in prison, is he not? Yeah. Coming straight out of Compton. Yeah, he's in prison.
Versus like Suge Knight.
Yes.
You don't think that's a little...
Put the race first.
When they're demons, I can't agree with it.
What white people have done to us doesn't even begin to compare with anything we've done to them.
You just be kick flipping and just skateboarding. That's it.
You're a Nah, Tony Hawk probably don't even like black folks.
That's cap because they literally, someone said in the race war, I'm gonna have to kill Tony Hawk, I'm gonna be sad. And Tony Hawk said, I'll accept you to kill me. That's what he said.
Well,
how important do you think black pop culture is in forwarding / regret?
I don't agree with someone taking someone's life because of their race. Did we not endure that as a race of black people here in the United States of America? From slavery to segregation. Did we not endure that ourselves? What are you talking? Like, this is so crazy. Lene Stack said he watches all kinds of white movies. I'm sure he probably knows more white movies than black. He probably had to be forced to go to the black movies. As a matter of fact, the one made about him, he tried to sue the independent filmmaker for $500,000 and claim the independent rights to the film. See, this is how he handles black films. He's either trying to sue the filmmaker or he probably doesn't even want it to air or to go see it. I find it hard to believe that he went out and watched, Glory before he went and watched Wakanda. I mean, there's some movies that are predominantly black. I have yet to see the one with Michael B. Jordan in. What's it called? The new one. It got a lot of good reviews with Miles Caton singing in it. I have yet to see that film yet. So I can't even think of the name of it right now. It's going to come to me. But the one with Michael B. Jordan where he plays himself as a twin brother, I have yet to see that film. Doesn't mean I don't want to watch it. Just I haven't yet to see it. I have to sit down and watch that film because the music, and I've seen the music video. Sinners. Thank you, Dr. CB. I was about to wreck my brain. I have yet to see Sinners. But yet, it doesn't mean I don't want to see black films. I just haven't seen it yet. He's not even saying that. He's not being honest to say, there are a lot of films that I have not seen that I'm going to take time to go and see. But no, he doesn't care. I can guarantee you, for him to sit here and talk about The Punisher, but he didn't say Black Panther, it's what's baffling to me. You want to name a Marvel comic character? Oh, how about Moon Knight? I mean, Moon Knight's right in Africa, right in Egypt. Because you just can't make this stuff up. You got Wakanda, you got Moon Knight, you got so many. Blade. What about Blade? You want to name some black Marvel or some African-based Marvel characters? But you go for the Punisher. You went for the Punisher, Umar. But not Moon Knight, not Black Panther, not Blade. Spawn. Thank you. Another one. He knows about the Black Captain America with Anthony Mackie, but he can't. Like, you can tell he just goes with whatever's trending out there. He doesn't really care. He's not in tune like that. It's so crazy. What's going on, Finette? Thank you for the $2 super. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. That goes towards our $25 goal for the live. So I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go towards the expenses of the channel. And as you all can see, we're upgrading. So the next thing we're going to be working on is a desk. And that is exactly what the donations will be going towards, a bigger desk. So thank you so much. Shout out to you. Francisca said, Umar disparages black people because he was a nerd and people made fun of him and he wants to be a rich black guy. Yeah. I mean, look how he's acting with Shannon Sharp. Sister LLC, I sent you a picture of her, the white girlfriend in Scotland Military Academy. Oh, okay, cool. Because I'm sure he's dating white women. He watches all of it. I'm sure he does, Lene. He probably watches more white films than he does with black films. That's all I'm saying. I just find it hard to believe that he has an understanding of black films like this. The way he handled, Marianne Lorient, an independent filmmaker, a black female independent filmmaker, and the way he handled her, it just goes to show he doesn't, he'll be willing to dog out his own before he sit down and appreciate it. That's my thing. Green Lantern. What's up, the Informed Media? Green Lantern, Hawkman, and Mr. Terrific. All black. Thank you. Thank you. So, and we got to watch that new Superman too. I haven't seen that. Luke Cage. There you go. It's a whole series. Luke Cage. He was just the average. He was kind of like, the black hood version of Spider-Man, except it wasn't spiders. He just has super strength and he whooped ass, and we love it. Very realistic. Luke Cage. I don't know why he couldn't even think of that one. Just a regular average man in the community fighting crime. Static Shock, Black Lightning. There you go. And that's DC. See, I don't know. I know about Marvel and DC now. Thank God for James Gunn. He's revitalizing DC Comics. Black Lightning. Yep. Now, Black Adam sucked because, I'm sick of Dwayne Johnson. But I think if anyone else really played that role and they had a better plot, that movie could have been 1,000 times better. I mean, it starts out in Africa, in the continent of Africa, I think in Egypt. So, because they're working on pyramids and stuff like that. I've seen it. But I'm like, man, they could have just got a better actor. It just, Dwayne, he just was not meant for that role. I'm sorry. But look at all these black superheroes he could have named. He couldn't even come up with two off the top of his head. He said the Punisher. It's like me saying John Wick. And I love John Wick. But if I'm all about Pan-Africanism, I'm going to be able to name 6 black superheroes and maybe 1 or 2 white superheroes, if that's the case. But he can't even do that. I'm sure Black Panther is the only other one in the black Captain America, probably the only 2 he could think of. Yeah, y'all, he got a rim. He's hyper paranoid. Umar would never relax around a white woman or white people, period. He's uptight with them. Yeah, he just decides to be. He chooses to be because of his racism. Won't even allow him to relax. Stop. They're no threat to him. They probably look at him and be like, damn, you stink. And yeah, he's sitting here calling another black man a coon. The hypocrisy that is Umar is staggering to me. So you got Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. Thank you. Even if you're naming some of the enemies in the films, but you still had a couple like Killmonger that was trying to fight for a bigger goal, just going about it the wrong way. He can't name anything. Steel is another one. Shadowhawk was another comic character. Yes, he was. Yeah, I gotta be honest. Moon Knight. I'm just waiting on a part 2 of that. It has so much potential. I love the Egyptian history and culture. That would be such a good show if they came back with it and actually had like an Egyptian in the movie. Like seriously, Cyborg. Yep, Cyborg was black in the cartoons, in the films, in the show. Yep, Cyborg. That new one, Wonder Woman. Oh, see, M'Baku. Yes, he wouldn't know anything about any of this stuff. This would be like speaking gibber to Umar. He would not know. I know most of these people, y'all, are like 98% of them you're talking about. He probably wouldn't even know half of them. So he wants to sit here and talk about, something along the lines of culture. Child, please. Umar doesn't know anything about it. But he could probably he just rolled off 3 or 4 white films like that, like it was nothing.
Pressing the Pan-Africanism movement.
I don't think it takes anything away from Pan-Africanism. Those who are serious Pan-Africanists, we're going to do the work no matter what negative messages are coming from pop culture. But black pop culture is controlled by white people. The talent is ours, but the agenda is theirs. From a Pan-Africanist perspective, we would say, whether we're talking about rap music or jazz or R&B or any other aspect of black culture, turn it into an instrument of your liberation or throw it into the ash can of history. We had hip-hop before we sold it to the majors. So the question becomes, are we creating this art form as an instrument of liberation, or are we creating this art form so we can go sell it to the white people and get rich?
Can you tell me what your goal is in life?
I would like to become the builder of the first global independent African-centered school district. So we're starting with the first school in Wilmington, Delaware. Once that's built, we put them around in other states, other countries. You decide to go to London, there's one there. You decide to go to Toronto, Costa Rica, wherever you at, there's a school.
People say Dr. Umar Johnson is a scam. What do you have to say about that?
No donors have ever said that. Only jealous YouTubian struggle streamers. We've already been audited by the IRS. So if I was a scammer, I think.
Where's that audit? Umar, you sit here and you say these things as if no one will look that up. I'm going to look up to see if there's an audit that FDMG has had from the IRS. You bet your ass I will. Why would he lie this bad? Does he really think that no one's going to look this up? If I go on the website and look for an IRS audit that was performed on ProPublica's website, because that's where they keep all those nonprofit organizations' tax statements and filings and everything, there would be an audit there if an audit had been performed. But I will do a Google search myself to see if there's an audit on file for FDMG. Why lie about something that can easily be debunked with documentation? You can't make this up. Put up the captions. Because I want people to see this in a replay.
Say about that. No donors have ever said that. Only jealous.
Marianne Lauren is saying you're a scammer. And she's giving you money repeatedly. Who else is giving him money? Put a 1 in the chat if you've given money. Tariq Nasheed, said he's plenty of donors. Thank you, Jay Owens. Plenty of donors have said that he is a scammer. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been a donor and you know him to be a scammer. Don't be scared. It's okay. We will not bash you. What's going on, April Flower? How you doing? I just want to make sure I got in. Finette, I got your super in. Thank you so much. I just wanted to get some more comments in. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you've ever donated. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever donated. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button as well. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever donated. If you've ever donated, put a 1 in the chat. We got the Informant Media. Is he a scammer, the Informant Media? When we was in college third year, it's fine. I don't care if it was $2. Is he a scammer? Would you consider him a scammer, the Informant Media? Anyone else that's giving him money? Put a 1 in the chat. Don't be shy. I'm just asking, if you've given him money, do you consider him to be a scammer? Because he's saying only donors. I got scammed by Umar. There you go. The Informant Media said he got scammed by Umar. Anyone else gave money? Consider him to be a scammer? Tariq Nasheed said he was a scammer. Tariq Nasheed a scammer too? Woody Kitty said I didn't give him jack. Me either. But you got Marianne Lauren that gave him money and made a film about him. And she said he's a scammer. He has thousands of donors that have said flat out he's a scammer. So for him to think that, you got the Umar Tardians out there, but you have a lot of people that gave you money consistently. Not even just one time. And now they're saying you're a scammer, Umar. You're a scammer. The IRS will be saying the same thing as well.
YouTubian struggle streamers. We've already been audited by the IRS. So if I was a scammer, I think it would be known by now.
There's been a recent situation where they said that your accounts were frozen.
And what's interesting about that is Donald Trump just came out the other day, and I'm no fan of his, where he said that he's going to issue an executive order against debanking. I didn't know that this was a big deal in America, but banks are debanking people who they don't like.
People say that came at a coincidental timing when
they tried to auction our
because
buildings behind our back.
Yeah. What is your response to people saying that that's coincidental?
What's coincidental?
For example, they're trying to say that you created that story of account being frozen so that you can get more money from people to then pay off that.
Well, we have the paperwork from the bank telling us that they will no longer offer us their services. That's on paper. I don't believe in
Okay, so that's not frozen. They canceled your accounts. What are you talking about? Where's his documentation? Because he's a liar. He's a whole lie, and the truth ain't in him. I got some information on this audit thing. You all will not believe what I pulled up.
Coincidences. I believe that was done on purpose. I think that whole thing was a conspiracy to strip us of our buildings. You wait all this time to try to sell our buildings for an old bill, and you do it as soon as the accounts are frozen, and don't tell us nothing.
People say the one thing that they use to try and delegitimize Dr. Umar Johnson is the fact that it's taken over 10 years.
We raised money for 5 years, and I have no problem with that. It took us 5 years to get to school. I had no problem with that. Should it have taken taken as long? No. We went through a lot with our contractors. We were scammed. We were ripped off. We were robbed.
People say that when you talk about things needed to get done, it's always another thing. Tomorrow is the day that never comes. That's what people say, right?
Things take time. Things always have to be repaired because you miss things in the initial repair. So I don't care.
Do you have a date that you think is actually...
I'm not giving no more date because every time I gave a date, we never met the date.
Because he's not going to open the school. It will never open. I'm waiting on these bank documents. Why won't he post it? If the accounts are closed, that means that they're no longer operable. So you can't, I mean, he could redact the account numbers, but they're dead numbers, so no one will be able to do anything with it. So why not post the document and redact the actual bank account number? Why not post up the evidence, Umar, you clown? Post up the evidence. I want to see those bank documents that you claim you received. He is just lying his ass off like it's nothing to this boy's face. And he said, I'm your biggest fan. This is what you look up to, dude? A man that is going to call you a coon to your face because you have one white friend and a plethora of lies that you have failed to vet and research yourself to see if there's been any audit done, if there's any bank documents, how many people who were donors actually consider him to be a scammer now. No information he's combating him with here. No pushback.
Over 10 years.
We raised money for 5 years, and I have no problem with that. It took us 5 years to get...
It's 6.5. You've been raising money since 2019 for this school in Wilmington. What are you talking about? He claims he bought the buildings for $750,000. Then he went on another show and said $400,000. So now you have a variation here that you can't explain, because that's what happens. If you raise 800 grand and you say I spent 750,000, that little variance is not going to make a big difference, as opposed to saying I only spent 400,000. So where's the rest? But of course, he doesn't want to be held accountable and justify the rest of the money. He has yet to show proof that he even had an account to be closed or frozen. Oh, it was so unfair that they did this. Where's the evidence on this stuff?
The school, I had no problem with that. Should it have taken as long? No.
Idiot.
We went through a lot with our contractors. We were scammed. We were ripped off. We were robbed.
People say that when you talk about things needed to get done, it's always another thing. Tomorrow is the day that never comes. That's what people say, right?
Things take time. Things always have to be repaired because you miss things in the initial repair. So
what needs to be repaired? What needs to be repaired? We watched this man scrub dookie out of toilets. What needed to be repaired? That's not a word. Repaired is not a word. Umar, get the hell out of our country. Just get the hell out. Go to Africa. Just go to Africa. No one will stop you. You will not be missed. Take your Umar Tardians with you. All of them. Just go to Africa with that nonsense. The entire continent. Get out. The lies in this one spiel he did within the last 3-4 minutes of this interview, he just goes hammer time on the lies. Hammer time. Just it's like back to back to back. What needs to be repaired again? Where are the permits on file with the city to show something needing to be repaired? And the permit should have that in the description, that something needs to be repaired. Wouldn't you just have the vendor come back out and correct their error? Wouldn't that be the natural choice? If I order something and it's damaged, I would take it back to the store I purchased it from. If I really want it, we'll get a replacement. If they don't have any, then give me my refund. That's the same way it works when it comes to services rendered. You go somewhere, even, let me tell y'all something. Before my hair went natural, I used to keep my hair done every week. There have been times where my beautician that I have for over 20 years would do something and I was like, I'm not really happy with it. And it was only a few times, like, because you don't piss off your beautician, right? Don't piss off the stylist because they control the shears and stuff near your hair. You don't want them cutting the stuff, or they really do something to it. with the color or something like that. Now you're really mad because you done made them mad. But there have been a couple times where, I mean, go outside and it's like I haven't had anything done in my hair at all because maybe it wasn't, the curls weren't tight enough or something. Or it just, I didn't really like it because I didn't see all of what she done to it. Get home and I see it and I'm like, I don't really like this. This is not what I asked for. And she would say, okay, I'm gonna schedule some time for you to come back and I'll do it over again. It's that simple. You're talking about services being rendered. When you're not satisfied with the service, you call the vendor back out and have them fix it because you're paying them to do this in a school building designed for children. You don't just throw some stuff together if it's something for the elderly or for children or babies or anything. Because you got people who will feel some type of way if you half-ass put something together and you got kids going into this building. And the next thing you know, the damn thing done collapsed. We're going to find you and beat you in the streets. Like, because this could have been avoided. Why not go back to the vendor and say, y'all need to come back. Y'all effed up these walls. I don't like the paint in the bathrooms. It's purple. It looked like Barney the dinosaur threw up all over the walls. And then just swirled and played in it. Some of it landed in the toilet. Y'all need to come back and repaint this stuff. This ain't gonna work. This is a boy's bathroom. And then they come back and fix it, especially if it's not what you agreed or paid them to do. He's saying we got to have things re-repaired. But what needs to be re-repaired? What the hell needs to be re-repaired? A word that doesn't exist. What needs to be re-repaired here? What's the pushback on these things he's saying? He's not even trying to ask him these questions. He lied on contractors. Thank you, Francisca. Anyone who has done work on a business has contracts and lawyers. A tax exempt status are audited and the books have to add up. Exactly, Boston Man. He's talking about they've been audited. They've been fully audited by the IRS. No, the IRS would be haunting your ass down, Umar, if they actually audited FDMG tax records. Because he has no financial records at all. He has a tax firm that does the taxes. We pulled that up. Y'all know who the tax firm is. And no expenses listed. And they can't even make sure that the contributions year after year on the tax returns even match. And people got mad because I pulled up the actual company that did the tax firm. Why? Because he said the IRS audited them. So wouldn't the IRS have reached out to the tax firm as well? Yes, they would. Because that's part of what you pay for when you get a tax firm to do your taxes and you're not doing it yourself, right? But he's saying they've been audited. Where's the audit report? He just said they've been audited. You can't make this shit up. Oh my God.
Thing. Yeah. Tomorrow's the day that never comes. That's what people say, right?
Things take time. Things always have to be repaired because you miss things in the initial repairs. So I don't care.
Do you have a date that you think is actually...
I'm not giving no more date because every time I gave a date, we never met the date. And the reason we never met the date is I was the... We were scammed, we were ripped off, we were robbed.
People say that when you talk about things needed to get done, it's always another thing. Yeah. Tomorrow's the day that never comes. That's what people say, right?
Things take time. Things always have to be repaired because you miss things in the initial repairs. So I don't care.
Do you have a date that you...
That's it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. That's how he truly feels. I don't care. He doesn't. It's been 6.5 years. He's talking about 5. Any other time he'll say, it's been almost 7 years I've been at this. No one's doing it like me. But now it's 5 years, so he's diminishing how long he's been trying to not open a school. All of a sudden, now you want to diminish it. No, 6.5 years, you idiot. I have a copy of the deeds, Umar. Your name is not on it. K-12 management, it's the primary. FDMG LLC is the secondary. You're not anywhere on that at all. And when you file those taxes, guess what? You're listed as executive director, not the owner, not the president, a director. And all I'm going to go on is what's in writing. I don't call him the owner of the buildings. I don't even like to say he bought the buildings because I haven't seen any concrete proof of that. When you get a deed, your name is listed on it. When my truck was paid off, the title has my name on it, not Lady Luck Club LLC. It has my name on it. It just, if you are part owner of something, your name will be listed on the deed. His is not on that deed. And he has no proof that he himself bought the schools, where you can see an actual quote, some sort of receipt, some documents of the purchase, proof of the purchase with his name on it. Where's any of that documentation? Because the deeds say FDMG LLC, not FDMG LLC and Umar Johnson. And there are plenty of deeds that have LLCs and the individual listed on the deeds as the secondary. He is not on there. And then you turn around and list yourself on the taxes as director with no salary. You can't make this stuff up.
I think it's actually, I'm not giving no more date because every time I gave a date, we never met the date. And the reason we never met the date is I was depending on a contractor. And so when they betrayed the date, we had to betray the date.
Prior to that, he's building a school in Nigeria.
Okay.
Quick, K-12 management is the primary on the deed, and FDMG Leadership Academy, the LLC itself. But his name is not listed on it. So it's not on. Yeah, I got the deed. He's not listed on the deed. But if he, let's say he bought the school buildings from K-12 management, or he was listed as a second as the individual, his name would be on the deed. Nope, it's the LLC itself. And honestly, I think K-12 management is kind of like a parent company to FDMG LLC. And it's like the parent company transferring the properties to is one of the subsidiaries. And it was just that $10 transfer fee. I have not seen one receipt showing proof that it was purchased for $400,000. When you go on the city's website, you only see that $10 fee. It's hard for me to believe, being in finance, that they would not just show, like they've done any other time those same two properties were purchased. You can see how much the properties were purchased for, except when it goes from K-12 management to FDNG LLC, it's just that $10 fee. That sounds like a transfer fee of going from the parent company to the subsidiary, not a complete purchase. Because I can't go beyond that. I can't go beyond what I see on documentation. And the only time you see like a $10 fee like that, when you're talking about a transfer of the deed fee, just a fee to transfer the deed from a parent company to a subsidiary company. But a complete purchase, a complete sale would have the sale price. It would have the amount of money you spent. Because why would it not do it for all the other sales for those same buildings, but somehow show some deferential treatment to FDMG? That doesn't make sense. So I just, working in finance, I just fail to believe that. I fail to believe that it was, that there's some purchase involved when I can't see any purchasing documents. And the only fee you see on the city's website is $10. That's nothing more than a transfer deed, just the price to transfer the deed. That's it.
I know he is.
And
I'm ready.
during that time, everybody was attacking him, telling him he's scammers, he's scammers, he's scammers, he's scammers. To dispel the haters, he gave full financial transparency and told everything that was going on. Can you give full financial transparency?
I can, but I wouldn't.
Okay, why not?
Because the only people we are accountable to are our donors. If you're not a donor, we owe you nothing. We are not a publicly funded school.
Would you do that to the donor?
Sure. My donors, yeah. But the donors don't care because they understand what.
No, they do care. They do care. And he lied there. Y'all saw how fast. Sure, he wouldn't even look in the camera. Rolling around like a child with his arms folded up. That's a stance you take when you're trying to self-soothe. Because he knows he's lying. So he's trying to keep him out of his personal space. Y'all ever watch interrogations? There's so many tactics and body language that goes into this. And he's lying and he's sitting here doing this number here. And he's turning away because it's innate. He's telling a lie and he doesn't even want to face the camera or Daniel at all because he knows he's lying. And he's sitting here just kind of closing himself in because he's lying.
Owe you nothing. We are not a publicly funded school.
Would you do that to the donor?
Sure. My donors.
He turns away and
but the donors don't care because they understand what we're going through. The donors have been there through the whole ride. It's that.
He didn't even look at the camera. He's like, sure, yeah, my donors. But they don't care. They don't care. Now, he's lying. Donors have been asking. Nothing but donors and people who were previous donors are going to stop being donors because he won't provide any information. Unless, Charlemagne and Mark Lamont decide to do something, but, whatever.
Haters who have all the questions, and the haters don't matter.
Do you believe that there are any people that do doubt you that may be valid, like logically conclusive, like they're not just haters?
If you have never donated to the FDMG Academy, you can ask all the questions you want, but we owe you no answers.
Okay, what about the ones that do that still doubt?
I don't know of any donor who doubts 99% of our donors.
No, he does. He just calls them haters. That's his way of dealing with it. That's his way of avoiding it. Oh, you're a donor for 5 years and you're asking me questions, then you're a hater. That's it. That's how he deals with it in his mind. This is what scammers do. You know how many times I have done research and reporting on con artists and their dumb cult leaders, the cult members come into the chat. If you don't know anything about Novatech, how do you know if it's a scam? You're not a part of it. I don't need to be in a scam to know what a scam looks like. It's called the signs and symptoms of a scam. I just need to have the understanding of what a scam looks like. And this is being based on research and investigations and case law where scams have been charged and indicted by the feds. Like that's what I go on. Novatech being the prime example. Thousands of comments used to come into my videos. You've never been a part of Novatech, so you don't know. How do you know what's going on? Because this is no different than Charles Ponzi, Robert, what was his name? Murdoch. You got scam Enron. The signs and symptoms of a scam are all pretty much the same. They have outliers and factors that help you to determine. There's a whole test that you can utilize to determine whether or not you're paying into a scam or not. So the information that is out there, all I have to do is research and read it. I don't need to be in the scam and say, yeah, this is a scam. It's stupid. Knowing I'll never get my money back. I don't gamble like that. But that's how he speaks. Well, you're not donating in it, so you don't know. Who needs to donate to a school that will never open to say that it's a scam? Those contribution packages on his website are nothing more than, high yield investment packages, except you're not investing into anything. But they're HYIPs nonetheless. Those are related to pyramid schemes. And you're not getting any return on your investment. So you're just giving him money. And yet we can't find one permit on file, Umar, or proof of purchase of a building or any of that at all. Documentation to show that you're trying to open a school. Nothing. Then he lied about an audit.
Donors are repeat donors. I even know their names. We never get one donation. People donate to us over and over and over again. So if they had questions, they would
can't make this
up. People asking the questions are haters who don't donate. I pay them no mind. See, the issue is they want me to be accountable to people who don't support us. I would be a fool to do that. I don't know of no corporation in America that say, hey, come look at all of our paperwork, all of our financial transactions. Nobody does that. This is a business. And when you have haters like I have, you got to protect your interests and protect your business.
Nobody does that? But you said the IRS did a full audit. He said the IRS did a full audit. Hold that thought. Oh, okay. Because his lying ass clearly, All right. So if y'all see here, just right quick, I want y'all to see this. Because he said the IRS did an audit. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy cannot currently be evaluated by our accountability and finance methodology in audit due to only having 3 years of electronically filed IRS Form 990 data, and that being either a 990 EZ, N, or PF does not qualify. What audit has been done when they're not able to do it because it's only 3 years of electronically filed IRS Form 990 data? Where's the audit? I literally typed IRS audit of FDMG Leadership Academy. We can just take out FDMG and just put FDMG. Where's the audit? It may involve. They're telling you what an audit triggers. Where's the actual audit? I don't see anything with an audit. I'm looking it up. He said the IRS did an audit. Y'all see it? I don't see an audit. Let's see if we got anything here. Because I'm like, where's the audit? I don't see any audits here. And I'm gonna show you all, like it would say audit over here if there was an audit. You see view filing schedules. Y'all see these 990 schedules, and then it gives you a method to print it out or view it as an XML. Where's there? It would say audit over here if it was an audit. Where's an audit? Yeah, I don't see an audit. I'm just saying, where's an audit been done? Y'all see an audit? Let me put in another. Let's put in I Promise Schools to see if they have an audit. So you all can see what it would look like if it was an audit done. I just want to pull up something. Hold on. I Promise. Jalen Rose. What's his name? What's his school? Because I want you all to see what it would look like if it was an audit done. I don't know what his name of his school is. What's the name of his school? I'm just trying to find one audit so y'all can see what that look like. Because if you got an audit done, I expect to see a report. I expect to see an audit report. This ain't what I want. I'm gonna keep looking. But so far from what I've seen, I haven't seen an audit. Y'all let me know if y'all come across an audit report for FDMG. Because so far I don't see one. And ProPublica will post up audits. Because that's where they post all the tax forms for nonprofit organizations. So y'all see an audit, let me know. I'm going to keep looking. But if any of you all come across an audit done on FDMG, please email it to me. And I will pull it up in real time. This is crazy. You can't make this stuff up.
Business, so I don't care what they say. It's all about divine timing. When God is ready for the school to be done, it'll be done.
Once that happens, I feel like a lot of people will be quiet.
No, they won't. They'll move the goalpost. Before, they said we'd never get a school. 5-6 years ago, he'll never get a school. He just scammed. We ended up with 2 schools, not one. Then they said it'll never open. And then when we open it, they'll just move and move. Because this is not about the truth. This is about slander.
But that's the thing. You talk about a lot, speak about the analytics that are on your Instagram and how big that reach is. Don't you think that the way you channel that messaging to that reach can help change the image that people have? Because I do think there are well-minded black people that doubt you. I've had my doubts.
Which is fine. I don't care what none of y'all think.
But I'm saying when I talk,
he doesn't care.
Especially when I saw you in Atlanta that day. It's genuinely what changed it, because you spoke to every individual. Everybody was asking you a question, because it shows that you wanted to dedicate every bit of you to the people in that community, and it was a small subset of people in West Atlanta. And I'm from Atlanta, so to see people do that, it's like, I can't say that's fake. The only criticism I could say is working on how that is personified. And I think a good example of that is not giving a date again.
For me, I think it's disingenuous to not focus on how the critics have undermined the success of FDMG. We have been outright sabotaged. We have been reported to LNI. We have been reported to the Attorney General. I have been reported to the FBI. Nobody talks about the sabotage that is done to keep the...
No, you reported to the FBI if you've participated in some sort of criminal activity, like cyber crimes that include cyber harassment, cyberbullying, doxing, making threats over electronic devices, possible mail and wire fraud, defrauding the elderly. I can keep going. You've had people pull up at people's houses. Just in and of itself, that falls under, being a co-conspirator. Of course, you're going to be reported to the FBI. And you should be reported to the IRS for lying on the IRS for doing an audit where there's no proof of that. I'm like, well, if anyone can find me this audit, let me know. In the meantime, let me show you all Jalen Rose School. This right here, audited financial statements. Here's an audit. Now, you can have a company like a specific financial firm do an audit, and then they submit that to the IRS to have on file as well, which is what was done here with Jalen Rose. This is Allen C. Young and Associates, certified public accountants and consultants. They did a complete audit. Financial statements of Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. In addition to our audit report, we are providing the following required communication, which impacts the academy. And here is that communication required under AU-C 260. This would also go to the IRS, just in case they need to see the taxes in the documents match up with the audits here. This is an audit report, people. Here you go. I expect to see something like this. Audit. Here's the letter. Here's the CPA information. Here's what's included here. This was done on June 30th of 2024, or after the school year ended. So this was October 2024 that this letter was done. The audit was completed. Results of audit. Where's the audit, Umar? Where's the damn audit? I'm just saying, where is the IRS? The IRS audit would be on that ProPublica website. Where's the IRS audit report for FDMG Leadership Academy? Umar Johnson. See, lying that bad, and then you get mad when people go back behind you and prove you to be the dumb liar you are. It doesn't benefit you to lie. Don't even bring it up. No one told him to bring up anything about an IRS audit. He wasn't even asked about it. So why bring it up? Why bring it up? Here's what the results of an audit looks like. They give you the responsibilities here. This is only 5 pages long. The scope of the audit, significant risks and others, significant audit matters, the qualitative results. They're going to give you all this information here in an audit report. And then what the detailed audit report would include would be the financials. It would have, certain expense reports, payroll reports, other expenditures here, as you all can see under the school. This is on the school website for Jalen Rose. Current operating expenditures, personnel expenditures, that's payroll, board approved budgets. So you have other financial data you can look at. But they have an audit that was done, and you can see it there on the school website. See, when you don't have a school website, Umar, you don't have a standing or room to sit here and talk about someone being a hater and not asking you questions, especially if they're donors. You're just going to call them haters either way. But you are not even smart enough to get a domain to create a school website. Not even smart enough to do that. You can't make this up. He is such a bad liar, but yet he's the greatest self-snitcher of all times. Because who told him to bring up anything about an audit? Who told him that? Why bring it up? He wasn't even asked about it. Did you all have an audit? He didn't even ask him about it. So why bring it up? He wants it to sound more credible than it really is. But then when people go back behind him and fact check him, oh, it's the struggle streamers and the haters. No, it's you being an idiot and a moron and a doofus and a dummy and flat out stupid and ignorant for even putting that out there. You're telling on yourself. We're just here for it.
The school from opening by the very same people who criticize it. That's hypocrisy.
Well, the people that doubt him, I feel like I've said every opinion in the argument.
If you doubt me, f*** you.
Oh my God. Yeah, F you too. Go to hell. Yeah, that's the whole. Yeah, this is the whole interview. If you doubt me, F you. Okay. I want to hear the IRS say that. No, I want to hear him say that to the IRS. That'll be epic. Yeah. We're coming up on 2 hours and 20 minutes, y'all. I appreciate you all tuning in. I would love for him to say that to the IRS. You doubt me? F you. Yeah, go ahead and let that happen. Threatening workers. I need us to create a crowd fund to help the family just in case any of us have emergencies, like the lounge just had her car accident. It'll be nice to send them some flowers or something. Yeah, if you guys, I don't have her information, but if you all have, if I can get one of the mods to at least drop her YouTube channel link in the chat, and make sure you guys please go check out her channel, and it should be somewhere in the description for donations that can be made. Please, make sure you just check on and look out for supporter. I know that they're going to be, and I told her, I said, you need to keep track of everything so you can sue their asses off and get a settlement. So she did say she was going to get an attorney, but the attorney will more than likely recover their fees on the back end once they get a settlement. I don't foresee the driver of that car fighting. And if they try, then they're just stupid and they're asking for it. But I do anticipate her getting a settlement for that. So, but you guys make sure you show her some love. Let's see here. For real, Umar is just not legitimate. He's not. It's Chernobyl. A horrible liar. He's just dumb. Man, you guys, you can't make this up. He keeps putting his foot in his mouth. This is so refreshing. Yes. To see him lying this bad and then to go behind him, fact check him, and to see, yeah, no, there's no IRS audit on of FDMG. And I'm looking again, FDMG Leadership Academy, because I just like to sear it in. Yep. Let's see what, nothing. Umar, you a lying piece of crap, and you're a bad one at that. Currently cannot be evaluated. If they can't do an audit, why would you lie and say that they've done one? Where's the audit? I mean, if they can't do one, why would you even why even say that? It's so stupid. He's an idiot. I wouldn't even put that out there. Currently cannot be evaluated for any. We currently require either an accountability and finance beacon or an impact assessment to be eligible for a charity navigator rating. He can't even get one done. So what is he talking about? And if he were to get one done, guess what? He will fail because he can't even provide expenses. That's what's so crazy about this. If he were to get one done, he will fail. Y'all can go on the charity navigator here, but no, he hasn't had one because he can't get one done. Cannot currently be evaluated by our accountability and finance methodology due to only having 3 years of electronically filed IRS forms. To ensure year-to-year consistency, the Encompass rating systems accountability and finance beacon analyzes the 3-year average of some data provided through the IRS Form 990. Get out of here. Charity Navigator currently only has 3 years of a consecutive e-filed Forms 990 from the IRS for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy under EIN 84-5179390. They can't do it. They don't even have enough data to do it. So what the hell is he saying? I'm going to put this link in the chat. Because I just love destroying his ass and debunking him bit by bit. How do you say you had an audit done? No, you haven't. This is what happens, though, with Umar Tardians. They don't stop and think to research something. Let me Google this. Let me look this up. You say it was an audit done? But, you know, everybody's a hater if you ask them a question. No, never mind the fact that you may have been a donor for like 5 or 10 years, purchasing those HYIPs on his website, those high-yield investment packages that are a pyramid scheme. Yeah, no, you could have been doing that for the last 5 to 10 years. You don't care about that. You ask him one question where it involves a receipt. Oh, you're just a hater. After 5 years, now I'm a hater. You could have been at the diamond level status where you're giving $1,000 a month, but you're a hater if you ask a question. No, this is called accountability. Researching information and fact-checking him. So now that he's saying an IRS audit has been done, guess what he's opened the door for us to do? Contact the IRS and say that this man is saying that an audit has been done. Can you all verify that? And if not, can you mark it to be audited? Because apparently an IRS audit needs to be done. See, Umar, you're an idiot. This is why. I want to pull up my whole face so you can understand. Now you all can contact the IRS and tell the IRS, Umar Johnson wants an audit of FDMG Leadership Academy because he went on a show and sent them that video link and said in an IRS report, an audit had been performed. When we looked it up, no audit report was in the system. So we're missing an audit report. So can you all go ahead and do an audit on FDMG? Because we're not seeing it. If you all have it, can you all send us a copy or post it up? You can ask directly to the IRS now because he's lying on an entire federal government agency that they have performed an audit that there is no proof to verify. But apparently one needs to be done. So there you go. Get the IRS to do an audit. Because Umar puts his foot in his mouth because he's a moron. Y'all got the EIN? Make sure you give them the EIN. Yeah, don't forget that. I'll make sure I put the EIN in here. So y'all can say, yeah, here's the EIN number, you know, because he's an idiot. But he wants an audit to be done by the IRS. So y'all have at it. There's the EIN. Make sure you contact the IRS to say they need an audit. They haven't been able to get one, but now he's saying one has been done already. So I guess you guys are just behind on the 8 ball and y'all need to get one done. I love it. I love proving a point. Every time he gets caught in his lie, we are here for it in the Lady Luck Club. Yep, we're here for it. So James Miller, if you in here, yeah, you just got your boss effed up. He effed up because he put his foot in his mouth. He said the IRS has done an audit. We're going to make sure the IRS does an audit because we want that audit report. The Lord knows we do. All right, y'all. That's all I got for this show for this evening. I will be going live. I'm going to probably push it back to 9 for Candace Owens. We got some things to discuss with her. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Shout out to you, Finette, for the $2 super once again. It's going to go towards the purchase of a new desk here in the Lady Luck Club. You guys see we have the lights. We have the green screen that's up. I am so excited and just happy to be back on screen with you all and enjoying you guys. And listen, researching and reporting and giving this good information is what I do. It's what I do. And since he wants an IRS audit to be done, we're going to make sure it gets done. Yes, we are, Umar. We're going to make sure FDMG gets audited. You're a clown, boy. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. You guys, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Drop your comments and stuff below. Make sure you catch the replay if you can. And I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. And we will be back tomorrow checking out the interview he did on 98.1, along with the video that the lounge posted up of him going on a college campus and recording these college girls. It's so disgusting. Oh, man. But you do it because you want the parents to hopefully see it, and then they can go and whoop his ass. All right. So you guys take care. Have a good evening. And until the next one, catch the next stream if you can with Candace Owens. But if not, please catch the replay and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out.